This week on a brand new episode of Strong Arm Sports Podcast.
Chris Paul did not initiate anything that happened there. Chris Paul did not initiate the foul, the stoppage of play, or the back and forth with Rondo. If you go back and watch the video, I am 99% sure Rondo said something.
We supposed to be the losers, but we winning though. They used to laugh at us, now we winning though. They used to tell me never in my lifetime. I guess they wasn't in their right mind. Underdog.
What's going on, folks? Welcome to a brand new exciting episode of Strong Arm Sports Podcast, the realest sports podcast in all the land. True. Bro, when I say all the land, that ain't just America. I'm talking about over the waters too. It's the best in all the land. True. Okay, I'm making sure you with me, man. We are back to wrap up the previous week of sports in dramatic fashion. No BS, no sugarcoat, no biases, only the strong arm truth. This happens to be the first time you've caught our show here on YouTube. If you're listening on any of our various podcast channels, on the half of the show, I go by the name of K Spade the Prospect.
And I'm your boy, LeParis57, and together we form Strong Arm Sports Spade.
Yes, sir.
Of course, we got Statman D over there with us. He here. Yeah. Spade. D. Hey, Spade and D. Before we start, let me start here. Spade, I know we don't never talk this shit on our show.
This better not be baseball, bro.
But let me just tell you how trash baseball is.
Oh, God.
We in the World Series, Spade. The World Series is going on. First of all, this seems like baseball been going on for about a year. This shit's still going on in October. This shit is crazy. We at the end of October, and it's still going on. Spade, do you know it was a baseball game last night, Game 3 of the World Series, and that shit didn't end till like 4 in the morning? It was like 18, 19 innings, bro.
I didn't even know it was a World Series. So look, in one hand, I'm impressed. In the other hand, I'm looking at you real sideways because I want to know why you using your valuable brain cells for this.
Hey, Spade, let me tell you. So it was either we was on the game last night. You got off. I was still playing Red Dead because that just came out. Spade, I was like, all right, I'm getting off the game, about to go to bed. Cut the TV on. Scrolling through the TV, scrolling through Twitter, bro, and the whole Twitter timeline talking about baseball. I said, no way baseball is still on at 2 in the morning. It was 2 in the morning and baseball was still on. Spade. That junk went to like 18 innings, bro. It was like a 7-8 hour game, bro. Somebody got to win because it's the World Series. Baseball trash, bro. Bro, and let me tell you a quick tidbit. Spade, somebody told me that baseball stopped serving at the concession stand in the 7th inning. The 7th.
Wow.
So no drinks, no food, no nothing. They basically was there for another baseball game, and they got to come back and play again today. That shit is crazy. Baseball
what's the
trash.
logic behind
now back to regularly
scheduled
scheduled programming.
Did you get the answer on that? Like, what's the logic behind them shutting down concessions?
I guess they want to sober them up at least a little bit before they drive.
Food too, though? Food don't get you drunk. Damn, I can't have a slice of pizza in the 8th.
Hey, Spade, don't kill the messenger, baby. Like, that's what somebody told me.
I hope that's not true. Baseball fans, all three of y'all that listen to our podcast, somebody let me know if that's true. I'm feeling like that's a lie.
I ain't never been to a baseball game, but that's the word, that they shut down the concession stands, drinking and all that in the 7th inning. So
I'd rather go to a putt golfing tournament than go to a baseball game.
I said, it's either watch this baseball game or go to sleep, Spade. I said, good night, y'all.
What time you say it was? About 4 a.m.?
It was like 3 in the morning.
Yeah,
that
you
shit
should have hit
ended after 3.
Man. That's when all they best shit be on.
Skinner
That was somebody told me, though. I don't know. That's just what somebody told me. I could be completely wrong.
Skinner Max. You right. Now, back to regularly scheduled programming, y'all. We're going to start in the NFL. Some big things happened this week, Spade.
Right.
Some big things happened.
That's right.
Taking it. We're going to take it to Oakland. Kind of not take. We don't got to go to Oakland. We're going to take it to Dallas. If you guys didn't know, we talked about last week Amari Cooper being on the block for the Oakland Raiders. Hey, D, ain't that your team?
Yeah,
that was the response. That's the response.
Keep going.
Hey, Spade. If the guys didn't know, we talked about it last week. Amari Cooper being on the block. We said on this show, I don't know. I felt like it was too early to give up on Amari Cooper, and shockingly, not shockingly, so did my team. If you guys didn't know, the Dallas Cowboys bust a move and traded a first-round pick for Amari Cooper. Spade. D, I gotta get y'all thoughts on this, man. Amari Cooper traded to the Cowboys, first-round pick, 24-year-old wide receiver. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's 24. 24 years old, man. How y'all feel about it?
I mean, obviously, it's a good pickup for Dallas. You got to question whether or not they gave too much. It feels like it was just last week. Maybe it was the week before, but we was just on this very show talking about the fact that people, because it's when we was talking about Carlos Hyde. I was like, a 4th-round pick. It's like, man, it's only a couple of people you would give up a better pick for. Like, so, like, the days of giving up, like, first-round picks, them days are kind of gone. And this exact same team, the Dallas Cowboys, wanted Earl Thomas. Earl Thomas walked in the Cowboys locker room while he was still a member of the Seattle Seahawks and said, come get me. He basically begged the Cowboys to get him, and the Cowboys didn't even value that enough to offer a first-round pick. So the fact that they offered a first-round pick for Amari Cooper, I guess it means that they really, really value Amari Cooper. I just hope Amari don't let y'all down, real quick, bro. Spade. Go ahead.
Spade, let me get a 20-second timeout because you mentioned the Earl Thomas situation. And I know what somebody's going to come in these comments and say. They're going to say, well, Earl Thomas hurt now, but you don't know if Earl Thomas would have got hurt in Dallas. You can't play that game.
Yeah, he
like,
was
you can't play that game like, oh, they ain't give it up. Look at Earl, he hurt.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Spade. What you say?
Now, I was saying at the time of these negotiations, he was not only healthy, but he was playing really good football. As he started this year off playing really good football as well. And we talking about a gladiator sport. Injury is just waiting to happen for any player at any position. We've seen kickers get injured. I seen a kicker make a field goal, celebrate his field goal make, and get injured. So injuries can happen.
Martin Gramatica was his name.
I wasn't going to put his name all in the streets right there. That's not what I was trying to do.
I would.
But I hope, I guess for me, like, the Cowboys surprisingly has had a really good defense this year. If I'm not mistaken, they got a top 10 defense in the league. So defensively, it looks like the fact that they didn't pull the trigger on Earl Thomas was the right call. The defense has been pretty stellar this year. Offensively, they could use some more weapons. Hey, I don't know what this means for Dez. Dez said Dez been changing his mind every week for who he want to play for. But I think last week in his diary, he said, the Cowboys got first dibs at me. I like that he said first dibs, as though they just beating this damn door down to get Dez Bryant. It ain't no dibs, bro. At this point, it ain't like, who want dibs on the last donut? It's like 3 days after somebody done opened a box of donuts and somebody didn't shut it back, and that one donut just hard as hell and don't nobody really want it. That's Dez. Dez, it ain't no dibs for you. But the Cowboys must truly value this Amari Cooper pick, man, and I just hope he don't disappoint. Like we said on the previous episode of this show, he's been rumored to be that guy that if he don't get involved early, he mentally checks out. I don't know if that is going to suit the Cowboys. You got a young running back, you got a young quarterback. You kind of want to get those two going, especially considering I feel like Zeke is still the engine for this offense. You get Zeke going, he makes everything else on that offense work better. So I don't feel like it's a situation where you can come out on the first drive of the game and say, all right, Amari, we finna go to you. We finna cook. Like, you kind of want to come out and establish the run. I hope Amari don't let y'all down, LaParis. In short, man, I hope he don't let y'all down, man.
Listen, man. I've been a Cowboy fan for a long time. I seen us trade hella picks for Roy Dan Williams at from Detroit, and he let us smooth down. So it wouldn't shock me. I even said on the previous show, I wouldn't give a first round pick for Amari Cooper, but crazier things has happened. I seen Jerry Jones bust a move and trade hella picks for wide receivers before. He didn't want to bust a move for Earl Thomas. They did it for a wide receiver. I think one thing Amari Cooper will do is kind of, get 8 out the box. I still think Amari Cooper is one of those players that you got to at least respect on the outside. You got to respect him as a talent, regardless of the drop issues and all that. I think Amari Cooper is still one of those guys. You got to be like, okay, they got Amari Cooper. We got to watch that guy. And that's all you really need, because we don't have that. We don't have that at all. Like, we putting 8 in the box, and Dak going to have to throw to these guys on the outside, and that's what. That got to beat us. And that hasn't been good enough to get W's this year. So I'm hoping the addition of Amari Cooper works out, because they saying basically this is what the owner and Jerry Jones' son, Stephen Jones, is saying. They're saying, well, Amari Cooper is our first round pick for next year. He's 24 years old. And they showed a slew of receivers that Amari Cooper is younger than. I think one of the names on that list was Calvin Ridley. I think he's younger than Calvin Ridley from the Atlanta Falcons. So they basically saying that's the guy we draft. We drafted Amari Cooper. That's what they saying. That's what they're hoping for. I hope it pans out. You know, I'm a Cowboys fan. But if it don't, this is just another one of those moves. We gotta question if Jerry Jones got Alzheimer's. I don't know. Shit.
Stat man, what you think? I mean, this is your
guy. He a Raider fan. That's why I want to know what's up. John Gruden is really blowing it up over there. Spade, you might have been right last week.
Hey man, three first round picks is nothing you can blink at, so that's pretty good right there. Did you guys know that John Gruden called him the next Tim Brown? He was like a young Tim Brown too when he was an analyst. So I'm kind of mad right now that he kind of gave him up saying those words. But
so is it safe to assume that John Gruden didn't like Tim Brown?
It's rebuilding. It's rebuilding time right now. That's all it is.
You heard it here, folks. The local Raider fan just told us that John Gruden did not like Tim Brown. I do have one last thing before we move forward, though. LePage, you already know, man. Dak gets a lot of heat about his accuracy issues. Some of them fair, some of them unfair. If you're listening to this podcast and you want a good laugh, I got something I want you to type in. First, I want you to finish the podcast. Or you can pause it. Open you a separate browser, and I want you to type in David Carr dominates Dak Prescott in passing competition. Just type that in and watch that video. And after that video, I want you to ask yourself, even if Amari stretches the field, can Dak get it to him? I'm not saying that Dak, hold up, because somebody going to read into that and take it. First of all, I'm not saying that Dak is a terrible quarterback. He's not. And I think Dak got a big arm, but a lot of things don't translate from college to pro. College QBs, a lot of times, they just throw that shit far and rely on their receivers to make a play. And you still can do that somewhat in the NFL. I think defenses are better in the NFL, and I think it is better to get a quarterback that can throw it to a spot. Now, listen, it's a lot of successful quarterbacks in the league that don't throw it to a spot. Cam Newton being one. So I'm not saying you have to be able to do that. But when you get Amari, who's a speedster, you got to wonder, he ain't going to be able to just line up and run past folks and just run straight. That shit ain't going to work. At some point, they're going to have to be able to get it together. And I don't know if Dak is going to be able to get the most out of Amari Cooper. I don't know. Maybe he will, maybe he won't.
This is a good thing. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. Should we pay Dak Prescott? This is what we're going to find out. At least that's what I think. We're going to find out. Is Dak Prescott going to be worth the $19-20 million? That's the going rate for QBs now.
Whew, that sounds like a lot. That sounds like a lot.
But that's the going rate for QBs. It's a lot. I mean, we seen Jimmy G get like $100 and something million, and he played 6 games. 6.
All right, well, let's move forward, bro. From one guy that was traded to another guy that wants to be traded. Maybe. Kinda. I don't know. Depends on the day of the week. So anyway, for this one, let's go to Arizona, man. Let's talk about Patrick Peterson. You guys know I got a special place in my heart for Pat Pete, man. He's a Miami guy. He should have been a Miami Hurricane. That's neither here nor there. That's true. This is factual stuff. But let's get into it, man. The Cardinals are a very bad team, folks, in case you don't have a TV or radio or newspaper or anything. I'm here to let you know the Arizona Cardinals are a bad team. We saw it before it happened, and I keep going back to this. We said on this show, once it was announced that Rosen was taking that starting job, we said on the show, I actually said, man, this isn't going to go good for Rosen because that's not a good team. Like, when you start a young quarterback like that, you want to have something going for yourself. Something like, hey, we're going to be able to bring this guy along. Wasn't a good team at all, and it's not any better with Rosen out there. There's no knock on Rosen. But, man, losing is tough on everybody. We've seen Antonio Brown show a side of himself that we all said we really don't like that guy when he's not losing. You can see what's going on with the Giants, and there's a few other places that we actually going to talk about in today's show where losing is making some guys show you a side of themselves you may or may not like. With all this losing that's happening in Arizona, man, Pat Pete has come out and said that he wanted to be traded. And apparently, it's something he's been saying for a while. So I got a tweet right here from Adam Schefter that I believe he tweeted, when was this? October 22nd. He said, Cardinals All-Pro cornerback Patrick Peterson has asked Arizona to deal him by October 30th trade deadline, per league sources. Peterson feels as if the situation is deteriorating and continues to reaffirm to others that he desperately wants out of Arizona. All right. And I was like, oh, we got to talk this on the show because Pat Pete, I still think, is in that top tier of cornerback. He can do a lot. I mean, I know he's getting a little bit older, but he's proven he can also be a threat in special teams. Pat Pete can do a lot.
I think he's still 28, Spade. I think he's 28.
I mean, but 28 in corner. I mean, he damn near 30, bro. But he had that's long in the tooth, that corner. I think.
Sheesh.
I think. So I was like, ooh, Pat Pete's on the market. I can't wait to talk this. And before we even could get here and do our show, April Fool. Backstory, Adam Schefter said. This is October 24th, 2 days later. Patrick Peterson announces that he's staying with Arizona. He met Tuesday for 30 minutes with Cardinals president Michael Bidwell. They discussed ways for the Cardinals to get better and for Peterson to be a leader. Pat Pete got assurances from ownership about winning. LaParis, what in the hell could they possibly say to Pat Pete to assure him that this trash-ass team can be winning soon? Please, help me to understand.
They must have told him, if you stay, we're going to pay you some bread under the table, because there's nothing other than that they can say scheme-wise or player-wise that'll make me be like, okay, I like what you're saying right here, I'll stay. They must have told him, we're going to give you $25 million under the table. They like, what else could they have said in that meeting for 30 minutes? It's not even one of those long, drawn-out meetings.
Exactly. That ain't even long enough. Yeah, bro.
That's what I'm saying. 30 minutes? What are you saying for 30 minutes schematically or personnel-wise that got Pat Pete like, you know what? You guys are sounding like a genius. Nothing. Bro, you want to know what's bad? I'm a Spade for a while, and I remember maybe it was after David Johnson, maybe after his rookie year or the year after that. I don't remember exactly. But I remember I had David Johnson in my top 5. I was like, yo, this kid is amazing. And Spade was like, it's too early. And I was like, watch him. And he exploded that season. Spade. The crazy thing is usually, I'm going to say usually because there's some teams out that's really struggling with blocking. Like with pass blocking and run blocking. But usually a team do one or the other good. If they can't pass block, they all right. They at least decent run blocking wise and vice versa. If they can pass block, maybe they struggle run blocking. Spade, Arizona can't run block or pass block. They done got their rookie quarterback hurt. We want to take a chance putting Sam Bradford back there. We already know what's going to happen. They can't block for Rosen, who's at least a little mobile. Right. What's going to happen to Sam Bradford? Because they can't run block. David Johnson looks like a shell of himself. Like, he doesn't even look like the same player.
He don't.
I don't know what the hell they could say to Pat Pete, Spade, that. And Pat Pete, the crazy thing is, when he said he wanted to be traded, one of the teams he said he wanted to go to was New Orleans. We know him, and he went to LSU and all. They got LSU Louisiana ties or whatever because he went there for college. Right. So he was like, I want to go to the Saints. And Spade, I don't know what the hell they could have said in that meeting to change that man's mind. Do you have an inkling of anything you think they could have said?
Well, they did just recently hire a new offensive coordinator. To my surprise, was Byron Leftwich. Now, hey, Byron Leftwich was a fun quarterback to watch to me. It was funny. He was always kind of teased for being a black quarterback that wasn't the most athletic. Like, Byron would roll out that pocket and you would be like, is he running or walking? Like, which, I don't know if he's running or what. But he had a big arm. I know that he knows the game. And I think they're hoping that he has a grasp on X's and O's that can help this team going. I recently read an article. It said, new offensive coordinator, Byron Leftwich, first task is to fix David Johnson. They said they won't hit. And I was like, you want an ex-quarterback to fix your running back? Look, Pat, I don't know what they told you, bro.
You gotta fix the O-line first.
I don't know what they told you, bro. I don't know what they told you. If I was that, adamant about getting out of Arizona, a 30-minute meeting. I'm 28 years old, bro. Like, I'm Pat Pete for a minute. I'm 28 years old, all right? I've been in the league for what, 7 years, 8 years, something like that? Bro, I've been in Arizona this whole time. Arizona, people don't get upset with me. Let me keep it a stack with y'all. Arizona ain't just like a dreamy place. It ain't folks sitting around like, you know what I want to do, bro? Retire and move to Arizona where it's about 128 today. With a bumper on my car can melt just sitting out in the sun. Like, Arizona already ain't a desired spot. If you're not winning, it ain't shit in Arizona to keep me there. I don't like cactus like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like cacti. Cacti ain't keeping me in Arizona, bro. in 30 minutes, and all you can tell me is we hired Byron Leftwich as offensive coordinator. I don't think it's anything you can say to me to convince me to continue to trust this. I'm telling you, bro. I'd be out, Pat. What did they tell you, Pat? Tell me.
They paying him under the table, bro.
Got to be. And they got to be some good money, bro.
The crazy thing is, I said Larry Fitzgerald came out and said he want to retire at Arizona Cardinal, which is fine. Larry Fitzgerald, you want to retire at Arizona Cardinal, that's fine. But y'all best opportunity was when y'all was in the championship and y'all lost to the Steelers. Ever since then, they haven't been the same. What shouldn't Fitzgerald want to... I think if I was Fitzgerald, I would want to go somewhere and at least attempt to play for a ring. And come on, man. And then you can go back and sign. You know, a lot of people go back, sign a one-day contract, or play that last hurrah season at the team you want. But Larry Fitzgerald deserves better. Pat Peterson deserves better. David Johnson deserves better. These guys deserve better. And I don't see this situation getting. I don't care who's the offensive coordinator. That just starts up front. They're gonna get people. They damn near got their quarterback killed, bro. You gotta block, and they don't pass block well. They don't run block well. So I don't know all that fixing David Johnson. It ain't his fault. He getting the ball, and they are clobbering him in the backfield. That's blocking.
Let me ask you this, bro. Is David Johnson healthy in your opinion?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, it was his wrist. Ain't like I can see if he was coming back off a knee injury, off of Achilles, off of even turf toe. They say turf toe hurts so damn bad that might take an additional year to fully heal. Remember when Deion got old in age, he kept getting turf toe, and he would play a game out of game, play a game out of game. They would, and this was like I'm talking about later when he was with the Ravens and all that, but he kept getting turf toe. Like, even that takes like a year to get healthy. But it was his wrist. He only played
one game in all of 2017.
Yeah, but it was his wrist.
Now, I'm with you. I'm just saying. He only played one game.
If it was like a knee, a knee, ACL, MCL, all that crap be taking like 2 years to really get back fully right. If it was an Achilles, you'd be like, okay, maybe he's still a little hesitant because it's Achilles. That could take 2 years. But a wrist, you can just, he was out for the wrist. The wrist healed up. He probably double taping that hole, but that ain't got nothing to do with his skill. I don't know, man.
Okay, here's why I'm asking. Yeah, okay, the offensive line is bad. Okay, that's cool.
They terrible, bro.
All right, that's cool. David Johnson had really one good year. If we being honest, he had one good year. That was 2016. He had over 1,200 yards rushing. He averaged a little bit over 4 yards a carry. Got into the end zone 16 times. 2017, he got hurt. He only played one game. He had 11 carries. So that whole season was a wash. 2 yards to carry. So far this year, 3 yards to carry. But the thing that everybody loved about David Johnson was he was really the first Alvin Kamara. He was a huge threat out of the backfield. That's real disrespectful to the Roger Craigs and the other wide receivers. So let me take that back. I don't want to make it seem like they're the only two running backs out the backfield that could catch. But he was a huge asset to the passing game out of the backfield. But, bro, even... If you look his rookie season, 13 yards average a catch. The next year, 11 a catch. The next year, 11 a catch. This year, 8 yards a catch. Even his receiving out of the backfield is impacted. He's only been in the end zone once in 7 games from receiving. It just seems like, I mean, his production is down everywhere, bro. And he was one of those guys. The offensive line can be bad. And I'm going to throw it to you after this. The offensive line can be bad. But David Johnson was one of those guys that you could dump it to him in the flats and he could make stuff happen, bro. He could make stuff happen. And I just don't know if he's doing that anymore, bro.
I agree, but I think a lot of that have to do with Spade. That was under Bruce Arians, who's an offensive genius. Absolutely. They done switched it up. Got a new, Arians retired. I mean, he must have seen the writing on the wall because he retired. They hired a new coach, a new OC. Like, Spade, a lot of that got to do with scheme, too. So maybe Brian Leftwich, when he say fix David Johnson, maybe he's talking about schematically with some of that stuff, too. So maybe they can get it fixed. But I don't know what the hell would keep Pat Pete. But 30 minutes ain't long enough for somebody to persuade me to do anything. So I don't know what the hell they told.
How about this, though? How about this though? If they come over here under the table and if they come on the table and they say, Patrick Peterson, man, we're gonna have about $60 million free next year so we can rebuild the offensive line and rebuild this team. Would that persuade you to stay?
I mean, that's a fair question, but Statman, let me ask you this. The reports we was hearing wasn't, hey, Pat Pete's a little upset. Pat Pete might want to be traded. It was like Pat Pete wants to be traded. He's demanding a trade. He's adamant that he wants out of Arizona by the 30th. So if your feelings was that strong, I want to believe Pat Pete is an educated guy to the point that he know what type of cap they're about to have. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like he walking around oblivious to that financial situation. So I don't think they told him anything in there that he didn't know in that respect. Like, hey, Pat Pete, we about to have $60 million. I know that.
And I'm gonna just throw this out. It don't require an answer. But who going to Arizona? Like, who like, yo, you know what?
Especially now.
Yeah, that's the spot.
New coach, like, rookie quarterback. For whatever reason, offensive line is bad. David Johnson production is down.
A new coach that may be fired. He might get fired.
Yeah, man.
He might get fired.
That's a damn good question, LePage. Who are they luring to Arizona?
Fair enough.
Like I said, it don't require an answer. But I'm just saying, who the hell, like, yo, you know what? Arizona is this playing for the Cardinals is about to be the move when you got all and I'm gonna keep it 100. You look at Arizona. I'm gonna say Arizona, and our next topic is the Giants. You look at Arizona and the Giants. If the Giants be like, if the Giants, if you are a free agent, the Giants want you in Arizona, want you. You looking at the Giants like, okay, they get an O-line and a QB. They got Saquon. They got Odell Beckham. You looking like, okay, they got
Collins.
Yeah, they got Landon Collins. They got some pieces over there. So it's in New York. It's a more desirable spot. I'm just saying. Unless they come in with the bag, they better unless they come in with the bag. But if it's equal pay, ain't nobody going to Arizona, man. That's what I believe. Arizona don't kill me. I'm sorry. Charles Barkley said Phoenix is beautiful. I've never been over there.
No, but then Charles Barkley drug Phoenix. All the way down to the concession stand food.
He did. He did. But I just don't know. I don't have an answer. I don't know what the hell they could have told Pat Pete to change his mind.
I don't either, bro. I don't want to spend any, more time on this, but golly, man, I'm looking.
I mean,
at
that was a hell of a topic.
Right now,
I didn't think that topic was going
to
be
be
that
good stuff.
Bro.
I just don't want to give it too much time. But even though I'm looking at their roster, bro, they got some pieces: Chandler Jones, Robert Kimdichie, Deion Buchanan, Antoine Bethea still out there. Pat Pete, man, they got pieces. Like, these guys, that's tough, man. They are bad. Like, that's a bad team right now, bro.
And then you look at that division, Spade. Look at that division.
Yeah.
The Rams is the shit. San Francisco, I mean, they bad, but, they are expecting to be better when Jimmy G get healthy. Like, you look at that division. Shit. Bro, I wouldn't want to deal with the Rams twice a week. Ain't Seattle in that division too?
Yeah, but, I mean, Seattle ain't who they used to be anymore. San Francisco's trying to rebuild. Arizona's trying to rebuild.
I'm looking at that division like, that ain't where I want to be.
Yeah, man.
That ain't where I want to be. Shit. Dealing with the Rams twice a year? Nah. And you, Spade, Seattle is not the same. But playing up there, they still pack that 12th man, and it's hard to play up there.
Do they?
It be wet, rainy, and cold, and
them Seattle
it's tough to play there.
Warrior games now.
That's true too. Y'all ready to move on?
Yes, sir. Please get me out of here.
We talked about Arizona, man. We want to take it to New York and talk about the G, man. The New York Football Giants. You want to talk about a damn fire sale? Like, it's on fire over there. And I think the Giants, if I'm not mistaken, 1-5, 1-6. If I'm not mistaken, it might be 1-6. But it's a fire sale over there. If you guys didn't know, the Giants bust a move. Did they bust a move, or did somebody bust a move and finesse them? I don't know. But they ended up trading Eli Disgruntled Apple. Like, I mean, they call New York the Big Apple. Eli Bad Apple. They traded him to the Saints. And they also traded Snacks Harrison, the big defensive tackle, Spade, that was on our top 5 this year as being one of the best run stopping defensive tackles in the league. Yeah. They traded him to the Lions. Spade. New York is on fire. Like, the Giants is on fire. What the hell is going on over there?
It's bad. It's all bad. It's all bad, man.
All
Janoris
bad.
Jenkins been here in rumors. He was recently asked about, hey, like Janoris, they talking about getting you the hell out of here. And Janoris said, man, look, I want to be here. You know, I hear the chatter, but there's nothing I can do about it. Business is business. Recently acquired all-pro level linebacker Alec Ogletree. He's recently kind of been getting bitten by that injury bug. I think he got a hamstring issue right now. Man, look, I'm going to tell you something. Before it even got to this point, this team started to implode. They started to implode when Landon Collins was going at Eli Apple. I thought they should have dealt Eli then. When you got Landon Collins, a generational talent, I feel like it's safety. Once he got a problem with somebody, you got to get that person out of there, man. And I don't know, man. I feel bad because every year that I pick the Giants to be good, they do this to me, bro. They do this to me. I'll never trust the G-Men ever again, bro. Where's Jeff Hostetler when you need him?
Let me ask both of y'all. They've been taking a lot of criticism about taking Saquon Barkley where they took him. Everybody, now, Spade, me and you been on this show. We've been very critical of them quarterbacks that was coming out last year. And the crazy thing is, a lot, every year in college, it's always the hot new QB. It's the hot new QB. So now everybody is slurping my man from Oregon. What's my man from Oregon name? Herbert. Something Herbert. They slurping him. So they like, the move might be for the Giants to just be bad and then draft Herbert. Now, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but we've seen Oregon quarterbacks in the league. I'm just saying, the verdict is still out on Mariota, but I'm just saying, we seen Achilles Smith. We seen, what was his name? My man that the Lions drafted.
Andre
Jason, what's his name?
Andre where? Joey Harrington?
No. He went to Houston. Where went to Houston?
Yeah, Joey Harrington.
Yeah, him. Joey Harrison. That's him. Joey, yeah, that guy. But we seen Oregon QBs. And I'm just saying, before y'all like, oh, Herbert the man, let's pump our brakes. But Spade, do you think they messed up drafting Saquon Barkley where they took him?
I cannot say they did, man. I was, anytime I get one of my hot takes, if it turned out to be wrong, I come back and eat crow. I said I didn't feel like Saquon Barkley was the best running back in the draft this past year. Let me tell you something. That kid is phenomenal, bro. It's even a quote from Adrian Peterson that said, running backs like Saquon Barkley don't come around often. Like, this guy is everything he was built to be. And I'm going to be honest with you. If they'd have gotten a quarterback this year, I don't know that they'd have been much better than they are right now, if better at all. With that, they've had limited success, and it's been all Saquon. It's been all Saquon.
At least me and you, we wasn't high on any of these quarterbacks coming out. At least me and you. But, I'm just saying, Joey Harrington, we done seen these guys. So, I know you don't be watching late Oregon games. Those joints come on at like 10 at night. You be in bed. You don't be watching them.
Whoa, bro. I'm young as can be.
Herbert is a hell of a college QB. I just want people to relax. Because they're like, oh, if the Giants finesse this and they got Saquon, they get their QB, they got Odell. I'm just saying. The quarterbacks that it look like they're coming out, I'm not really high on any of these guys either in college. That's supposed to be coming out that they saying are top picks in the draft.
I'm high on one. If Tua come out this year, somebody better grab that boy. If Tua come out this year, no, Tua.
Oh, Tua. Okay.
Somebody better grab Tua. Tua look like
no
he the
concerns
real
about his
damn
height,
deal. Huh?
No concern about his height.
Nah, none whatsoever. If Tua come out this year, you better grab him.
One thing. I heard a lot of little speculation about the kid from Oklahoma. Now I know he did sign a baseball deal too, but I think he's 5'8". They list him at like 5'10". That's a lie.
Kyler?
The little dude that signed baseball from Oklahoma. I don't know his name. I can't remember his name. Murray? Is his name Murray?
Kyler Murray? He's 5'8".
Bro, he 5'8", bro. That dude is tiny, bro.
Let me look this.
Look it up. Like, I think they list him at 5'10". What they list him at? 5'10", 5'11"?
5'11".
He not that tall, bruh.
Holy crap.
He not that tall.
Holy crap.
Yeah, he not. How you said they list him at 5'11"? He's not that tall, bruh. He's not that tall.
He's not stocky though. 195.
I mean, I think he a gamer, but I heard some rumors about this kid potentially being like, I want to play football. I just don't think it'll work out. Go play baseball, kid. But, I mean, I hear a lot of people saying the Giants shouldn't have took Saquon. I think Saquon has been the lone bright spot over there.
Yep.
He's been the lone bright spot. But
He sure has.
I mean, what quarterback are you taking? They can't block. They cannot block. Eli's getting killed. I don't know, man. Spade, if you want, we can move on. I'm done with the Giants.
I'm done with it too. Let me down.
It's just crazy, man. If they trade Landon Collins, woo.
I mean, it's a little early to be talking about this, but LaParis, I know you're a Florida State fan, and they currently getting chopped up by the real life Sunshine. You think Sunshine the real deal? Because Sunshine look like the real deal in Clemson, bro.
I think it's kind of too early for me to say, man. I mean, he looked like the real deal, but it's it's like what has been. I mean, and he just got to start 2-3 games ago, and in the first game he got to start, he got cracked and he was hurt. They had to bring in the backup to win that game.
That kid look impressive.
I want to say it's a little too early for me to give an opinion. I need to see more.
Yeah, give me Tao. I don't care about this. I don't care about it.
But you're right. Tua, I think Tua is the real deal. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know
if Tua's getting drafted in the first round. You think he's a first round pick?
I do.
Not a first round pick. Let me ask you. Do you think he's a first round talent? That's better.
I do. I mean,
okay.
You know, if we got Darnold and Rosen and what's the other Josh from the Mountain West?
Allen.
Yeah, man. If all them guys first round talents, man, give me Tua. Give me Tua right now. Give me Tua.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's still a couple of days left before the trade deadline. We got to see if the Giants just say, we take everybody. Everybody got to go. It was also a rumor that they may trade Eli to Jacksonville. I don't know if that's true or not, but we'll see.
Bro, can we talk some NBA?
Okay.
The greatest.
Bro, you gotta give it some credit, bro. Them NFL topics was on fire.
Man, them topics is trash, man. Let's get to the NBA. This is what everybody want to hear. That's why people here. Statman, did you have anything about the Giants?
Nah, let's move on. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about basketball.
Oh my goodness, bro. Let's talk about the Rockets.
I couldn't wait.
Let's talk about the Rockets and the Lakers. So look, man. Of course, our first NBA topic of the day, we're going to start with drama because that's what y'all like. Listen, for those of you that don't know, it was a big, I don't know what you want to call it, brawl. I don't know if we want to call it a brawl, but it was a fight between CP3 and Rajon Rondo when the Rockets played the Lakers this past week, and it was an actual fight. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is a lot of times in the NBA, man, you get that thing that looks like a fight, but it's just a bunch of people being held back and barking at each other and nothing really happens. That ain't what happened here. Somebody got spat on, somebody got poked in the eye, somebody got swung on and hit in the face, somebody got two-piece and uppercut. Like, it was a whole ass boxing match in the middle of an NBA game. Now, the reason I want to talk it is because it was a lot of speculation as to whether or not one of these guys was lying. Immediately after this fight, Chris Paul, who had to be restrained by LeBron James, which first of all, that is funny because LeBron played for the Lakers. He is not Chris Paul's teammate. But LeBron James restrained CP3, who is his buddy. Everybody know the members of the Banana Boat Club is LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony, and Chris Paul. Those guys are close friends in terms of inside that league. Now, I know Bron got childhood friends and all that too. But in the NBA, I think it's safe to assume those are Bron's best friends. All right? Bron restrained CP3. You see CP3 tell Bron, he spat on me. You see CP3 walk over to like the scorer's table and tell the announcers he spat on me. Like Chris Paul was livid. And instantly after that game, it was like you was playing a game of Clue. You didn't know who to believe. They interviewed several members of the Lakers. I remember Lonzo Ball was like, I didn't see that. You know, if it happened, I didn't see it. There was a lot of folks saying, I didn't really see what happened. Melo was like, yo, that was bullshit. That never should have happened. And Rondo said, I did not spit on Chris Paul. And people looked at the film. You looked at it from various angles, and you could not see spit. You can see Chris Paul's head move. You can see his reaction. And folks was really saying, Chris Paul's such a dirty player that, you know, he just moved his head to pretend like he got spat on. I was like, damn, Chris Paul, I've always said Chris Paul played with a little dirt under his fingernails, but I didn't think he was going to go to that length to try to get somebody in trouble. The Rockets, first of all, whoever worked for the Rockets is good at manipulating video like that, bro, you a bad man. The Rockets submitted a video, they submitted video evidence to the league. Somebody that worked for the Rockets took the video and like superimposed it and zoomed in on some CSI shit, bro. Like this is really something you see in CSI. And true enough, Rondo spat. Now, Rondo's a smart guy. He didn't go like, poo, and spit, because obviously you would have seen that. So he did almost like a little, when I was young, we used to have this mess called snake spitting. He did like a little snake spit and just like shot spit through his teeth and hit Chris Paul. The next thing after that, after it was, validated that Chris Paul was spat on, was exactly how these punishments was going to come out. The punishments that came out, LaParis, I'm going to go ahead and be honest with you, I had a problem with it. Now, I don't know if I'm the only one to feel that way, but I had a problem with it. LaParis, I'm going to look this up. I got it in my phone somewhere. Actually, I just found it. I lied. Chris Paul got 2 games. Rondo got 3 games. And Brandon Ingram got 4 games. Now, in me telling that story, I left out Brandon Ingram. Let me go back. He's really the initiator of this entire event. He got called for a foul on James Harden. It's this new rule. I don't know what the rule is called, but LaParis, you know what I'm talking about. You can't get in front of somebody and impede. I don't know. It's some weird ass rule.
Impede their movement. You can't stop them.
Impede their movement.
Gotta give them away.
Gotta give them away. And it's sending people to the charity strike at insanely high numbers. You guys know one of the things I like about James Harden is he can get to that stripe anyway. So you're going to do some mess like this, boy. James about to just pull up the charity stripe. He's going to be there all night. They called Brandon Ingram for the foul. He was upset about the foul. James Harden was upset because it was called a foul on the floor, and it looked like a foul that should have had continuation. James Harden's walking to the ref doing like, no, that's continuation. And Ingram just shoves the dude. Harden is a savvy vet, so he sells it a little bit. He turns around and looks like, oh my God, why would this guy just push me like that? So the ref say something to Ingram. Ingram roll up in the ref face like he about to swing on the ref. And that started the turn of events that led to the Rondo CP3 thing. Once the fight started, Ingram come out of nowhere with some rabbit punch that if he had been about 30 pounds heavier and if he had connected that thing, he could have seriously hurt somebody. Because you had 2 guys trying to fight, being held by several guys trying to break them up. And here come Ingram with this blind-ass rabbit punch to somebody that don't even see him coming. I felt like that was amazing that he only got 1 more game. Here's why I got a problem, LaParis. And I know I'm talking a lot, listeners. Just give me a minute. Here's why I got a problem. Chris Paul did not initiate anything that happened there. Chris Paul did not initiate the foul, the stoppage of play, or the back and forth with Rondo. If you go back and watch the video, I am 99% sure Rondo said something. Because Chris Paul was not even looking in Rondo's direction. And then Rondo's back is to the camera, but Chris Paul looks at Rondo, and then they begin the exchange, saying things. So I don't know what Rondo said, but Rondo was walking in a direction toward Chris Paul. Rondo, you said something, and Chris Paul looked at you. Chris Paul then got spat on. I was seeing people on my time like, oh, he actually got spat on. Well, then he a bitch. He should have threw a punch. He should have did this. I actually applaud Chris Paul because I think he wanted to fight.
What?
I think he wanted to fight, bro. But he tried to show some restraint. Now, yeah, he still touched him in the face, and you still going to get fined for that. But I think he wanted to throw a punch. I think him mushing Rondo in the face was all he could do to keep from punching this guy. And then he got swung on. So he got spat on, then he got hit in the face. I don't know what the league expected him to do after those 2 events, but I don't understand how that gets you 1 less game than Rondo, who spat first and then threw the first punch. And then Rondo only got 1 fewer game than Ingram. Now let's talk money, fellas. Let's talk money. The 2 games that Chris Paul got cost him $491,782. We're going to say $500,000. Those 2 games cost him $500,000. The 3 games that Rondo got, he's going to lose $186,000. The 4 games that Ingram is going to miss, he's going to lose $158,000. So Rondo comes out of this thing. I got a problem with it, bro. I'm
he come out and spit on, punched on, and $500,000 poorer.
Yeah, Chris Paul got spat on, punched, and he lost $500,000.
I ain't like it. I ain't like it either, bro. And I'm gonna tell you what. If fighting in the NBA only gets you 4 games max, I don't know why everybody ain't fighting. I wouldn't let nothing happen to me or my teammates if it only getting us 4 games. Bro. Let me tell you something, bro. I'm gonna tell you what bothers me. I seen people. I'm so weird, bro, that I seen people play football, and their mouthpiece fall out on the ground, and they put their mouthpiece right back in their mouth. The first thing I think of is people spit on that ground. That's disgusting.
Walk on it.
God, I pray to God that I never in my life get spit on, because I'm going to jail, bro. I'm telling you the truth. I am going to jail. Yes, and like you said, I commend Chris Paul too, because Chris Paul it's crazy because people don't think that type of stuff run through their head, but he know he's a major factor for that team. And if he gets suspended for a big amount of time, that hurts that team, and that team is not going to be as good. It'll still be good because they got James Harden, but it's not going to be as good if they was to lose Chris Paul, especially with the additions that they lost before the season started. Like, he know. So I commend them too for holding some restraint, because, Spade, I swear to God, bro, if somebody spit on me, I'm going to jail. And then Brandon Ingram come through throwing them little Slim Jims, and he only got 4 games? 4?
Yeah,
and like
man.
You said, Spade, he was the one that
started
the
first of all, shit.
Spade, he was mad because James Harden Euro'd him a few plays back. James Harden did like the Euro on him in a few plays. He was mad at that first. He was mad. So this just was a carryover from that. And then he come up and push James Harden, and then get in the ref face, and then got the nerve to come up and swing, and that's all. He got in the ref face. Bro, I just seen Boogie get a double T last night for talking on the bench, and you telling me this kid only and get ejected. You telling me Brandon Ingram only get 4 games for pushing a guy, like not squaring up, but getting in the ref face and then punching a guy, only 4 games? That's crazy. I'll fight every game. I'll be out there when nobody bother me, because I'll be scrapping out there. 4 games? That's crazy.
But do you guys recognize that it's the Lakers, though? It's the Lakers. And it's the Rockets. And the Rockets already lost last year, right? Because of Chris Paul. So they can't get rid of him like that. And then the Lakers, you got Braun over there. So they can't just suspend everybody on the team, right? So how you guys feel about that, though? It has to go towards the teams, right? Early in the season, it's the top 2 teams. One of the top 2 teams, I'm sorry.
Let me tell you why I don't buy that. Because when the Malice in the Palace happened, the Pistons was one of the best teams in the East.
Bro, they were saying that was a championship team, and that was a championship cost team. Reggie.
You think they gave a shit when they swung that
Reggie a ring? That's what people think.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead, Spade. I'm sorry.
Yep. Nah, I'm just agreeing with you. I'm gonna tell you another thing, and I'm gonna get back to you, Stat Man, but I'm gonna tell you. Look, man, Chris Paul. I'm not trying to paint Chris Paul as some angel. I'm not. For one, I don't know this guy personally, and I've seen Chris Paul do some things, and you like, man, Chris Paul played with a little dirt under his fingernails. Dude's a little grimy. But not only did he get spat on, not only did he get punched in the face, not only did he lose $500,000, but now he's going through this character assassination where all of these folks that don't play no more, that people don't give 2 shits about, is coming out of their holes to say, oh yeah, I've been on a team with Chris Paul. Chris Paul's a bad teammate. So now it's this influx of players coming out judging his character. Rondo came out and said, man, Chris Paul is a horrible teammate, and I don't know what that got anything to do with it. I even had somebody tweet me and said, man, all the dirty stuff Chris Paul has ever done, man, over the time of his career, he deserved this. I said, hold up, dog. Don't nobody deserve to be spat on. And I'm going to tell you, my parents taught me a lot growing up. I'm not finna give you a super long story, but my dad was always like, if anybody do anything to you, fight. If anybody, fight. My mom was always like, if you could, don't fight, don't fight. And I always had those 2 different angles. My mom and my dad told me if anybody ever spit on me and I don't fight, I'm fighting them when I get to the house. Bruh, I will fight Mike Tyson, who I know I can't beat. If Mike Tyson spit on me, we rumbling, bro. You cannot spit on me and we not fight. That shit is not even an option, bro. I don't care what Chris Paul did. I don't care if Chris Paul tripped a baby yesterday. He didn't deserve to be spat on today. Like, I don't like that. So now you got Big Baby coming out saying, oh, he's a terrible teammate. And I mean, so many people just coming out, man, for some odd reason. Who is this Hollins guy, man? Ryan Hollins come out and he got something to say. He said, hands down, my favorite teammate ever was Rondo. Okay, that's all fine and dandy. That's great. You and Rondo was friends. That ain't got nothing to do with this. One last thing and then I'll shut up. I think this right here is going to shake things up within that Laker locker room. Let me tell you something about Bron.
Yes.
This and here's the big thing right here. When Bron grabbed CP3, in that moment, LeBron James did not look like a member of the LA Lakers. LeBron James didn't give a damn about the LA Lakers. He gave a damn about his friend, Chris Paul, who had just been disrespected by his new teammate. Also, LeBron said in an interview after that game, he said that I didn't talk to any of my teammates after the game. That's not good, man. That's not good. That's not good. And it should be said, to this day, Rondo still denies spitting. He said he did not spit. He said he was trying to do something with his mouthpiece. He said you can look at Eric Gordon body language and Melo. They were standing right there. If I'd have spat, they would have reacted. Neither one of them reacted. Melo came out in his interview and said it was bullshit. You know, nobody deserves that. Chris Paul didn't deserve that. I don't know what's going on, man, but it's a lot. It's a lot to pay attention to here. And for the record, the league definitely got the suspensions wrong. I'm giving CP3 like 3 games. I'm giving Rondo.
That's too much, man. I would have gave him a game.
I'm giving Rondo.
What, he get 2 games? What CP3 get? Yeah, I'd have gave him a game. 2. He didn't start nothing. So he supposed to get spit on. He supposed to let somebody spit on him, swing on him. And come on, man.
I agree.
Come on, man. 1 game, man.
I'm giving Rondo. Look, man. I'm giving Rondo 10 for the spit.
10 games.
Get you
I agree,
10
bro.
in my eyes,
10
bro.
games.
Spit and get you 10 games, bro.
I think you guys are looking at it equally, though. There's no way. I don't think you guys are looking at it equally, though, right now. It's like the spit wasn't that dramatic, though, to be.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't want your bodily fluids on me. It ain't got to be dramatic.
I hear you.
Bro, if I'm talking to somebody.
Bodily fluids.
I'm not letting nobody
if I'm talking to somebody and they
tell you how
spit
serious it is.
accidentally.
And I ain't talking about when
I'm
people talking
like,
in your face and sometimes you get some of that little. I ain't talking about that. That man spit on that guy.
It was missed. It was a miss.
Nah.
It wasn't concentrated. It was a miss.
That much miss?
Why that man
No way.
face jerked back like this though, bro? This man face is
No way.
You think he got like? You think he just said, "Oh, that missed me," but I'm gonna just jerk my face and take my other hand and wipe something off my nose. You think he just did that for the hell of it?
So let's ask a question. Let me ask you guys a question then, right?
Yep.
What happens after this? I'm gonna give you guys 2 events that you guys know what happened. Rondo spits, right?
Yep.
Chris Paul comes back with a hand in the face. What was Rondo supposed to do? What should Rondo have done?
Rondo probably should have came back with a push or whatever. He threw a punch. I'm cool with that. My thing is this. The reason why I give Chris Paul something, even though I think he showed tremendous restraint, you can't mush a guy in the face.
Yeah, you got to get a game. 1 game.
Right.
You got to get something for mushing the guy in the face. But the spit to me, like, look, man, let's suppose it's accidental.
That's not. Let me say this, babe. That's not that we talking face to face and sometimes that little. That's
I don't
not
even like that.
You said that's miss. That's a lot of damn miss.
It was missed.
Nah, that ain't that. That man
you said it was
spit.
missed? I thought you said it missed. M-I-S-S.
No, it was missed.
My bad. Maybe I
was
misheard.
missed. M-I-S-T. M-I-S-T.
That was no
said it
miss,
missed.
bro.
Nah, that's not missed.
Nah.
That is not that much. Like sometimes, sometimes you be talking in people's face, and them little drops come out. You be like, "Oh, my bad. I my bad." But it wasn't no my bad. It wasn't. That was spit, bro. And I know me. If somebody, and I ain't like I said, I'm not talking about that. We face to face. We talking. We chopping it up. Sometimes spit come out people's mouth. Shit. I be talking to this into this camera, and sometimes spit fly out my mouth. That's how it happens sometimes. But that type of, if I get spit on like that, bro, I'm going to jail. So I'm going to jail. So
it's been worse spit to where people wipe. Like he didn't even wipe his face afterwards after he got
He
spit on
did.
supposedly.
Yes,
he wiped his face.
Yes, he did.
Wiped his face.
He took his left hand and wiped his face, bro. Watch the
Yes,
video.
he did.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Yes,
he
did.
did. I don't care if it didn't touch his face. If it touched his face, lip, neck, I don't care where it went. That man got spat on.
And also, D, let me flip this back to you. Because CP3 and Rondo got history. That started way back when CP3 played in New Orleans.
Yep.
Because this is somebody you don't like. So you gave me the scenario, okay, what is Rondo supposed to do? Okay, if you CP3 and you and Rondo don't like each other, you had never liked each other, Rondo been yelling from the sideline, you ain't never getting the ring. You ain't got a ring. You ain't never getting the ring. Y'all got history. Even if you think it's accidental, if y'all face-to-face fussing and your rival accidentally spit on you, what are you supposed to do? Wipe it off and go sit down? Nah,
I'm not saying he wasn't supposed to fight. I'm fighting. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the fact that it happened, right? And there was nothing else that could have happened. That's all I'm saying. I acknowledge the history between them two. They definitely got the history.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
The fight was supposed to happen. The fight was supposed to happen, and they both landed hits. So by them both landing a hit, they both should have got suspended.
And I'm with you.
Suspension.
But
they didn't get suspended an equal amount of days. And just because CP3 is losing $500,000, let's not forget that State Farm check they getting in that's making up for that. Let's not forget that part right there. So that's true right there. But I'm just saying he should have got more than 1 day. They all should have got more than 1 day. They all should have got more than 4 days, 5 days. They all longer. Tell you the truth.
I can't.
All three of them.
If you
especially with Ingram walking
away.
Ingram walked away and came back. It should have been longer than 4 games.
Oh, I didn't even get that Ingram.
Way more than 4.
Ingram get 20.
Look, he should have been way more.
Yeah, if I'm the commish, I'm giving CP3 3. I'm giving Rondo 10. I'm giving Ingram 15 or 20. Depends on what I had for breakfast that day. If I had a good hot breakfast, probably 15. If it's one of them days I had to eat some damn Frosted Flakes, he getting 20 because I'm in a bad mood anyway. I had Frosted Flakes this morning. Take 20.
And they should have paid a fine. They should have paid a fine for the fans. They should have just paid some kind of fine for doing this kind of fight. NBA cares, and NBA should have cared about this.
It's terrible, bro. Terrible. You even got Kmart coming out talking about NBA players don't like Chris Paul. Kmart, you ain't in the league. You don't know who nobody like no more, bro. These young guys ain't hitting up Kmart to pillow talk. They not hitting up Kmart like, hey, man, can I vent to you about something Chris Paul said to me? Kmart, you out the league, bro. You been out the league for a minute, Kmart. You don't know.
I'm interested to know how the fans that watch this show, support this show, how they feel about that situation. Tweet us. Leave it in the comment section down below. Let us know, because I just know me, man. I don't care. That junk could have landed on his hand. I don't care.
Especially from somebody I don't like anyway. If you know you got a spitting problem and we don't like each other, cover your mouth when you talk. Hold your shirt up.
Facts.
Don't spit nowhere near me, bro. I already don't watch you.
That's what I'm saying. And if it was a mistake, if it was an honest mistake, why not hit him with the my bad? Why not be like, my bad? I ain't mean that. Like, my bad. I don't get. It's a respect thing, man. No way. I'm going to jail, bro. Spade, put the money, hit the account, bail me out, because I'm going.
I gotta leave you in there. I'm gonna get you out, but I gotta leave you in there for at least a day because that's gonna help your street cred.
I'm gonna be sitting in there like that whole day.
Help your street cred, bro, and that's gonna help our show.
Gonna spit on me. The nerve of this guy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be in there just talking to myself. So I ain't gonna get messed with because they gonna think I'm crazy because I'm gonna be talking to myself.
you gonna be pacing around like, shit, spit on me. Bet he won't spit no more. Bet he won't spit no more. Yeah, man, I gotta get t-shirts printed. I'm gonna get you, but I'll say it a day, probably about a week. It's gonna depend on how soon I can get them t-shirts back because I gotta get that campaign going. Let's move forward, bro.
Moving on. Gotta take it to DC, bro. We're taking it to Washington, DC. We're gonna talk Wizards. Spade, I think we are probably me and you. I think we feel the same about the Wizards. We think they are one of the middle of the pack teams that you always be like, damn, we think the Wizards should be better than what they are. We always look at that team and be like, damn, why is the Wizards fighting for an 8th spot? Always. The season just started, Spade, and they off to a 1-4 start, and that's not it. They on this West Coast swing. They lost to Golden State, blown out. They just lost last night to the Kings. They play somebody tonight on the West Coast, if I'm not mistaken, Spade, and it's not looking good. And that got John Wall and Bradley Beal and their coach saying people need to stop complaining about their shots. They need to play on both ends of the court. It's not all about getting your shots. It's not all about being, the offensive side of the ball. We got to play both ends. And if dudes got a problem with that, then they don't need to be on that team. And it's a lot of speculation, Spade, that those guys was talking about Otto Porter. Spade, I got to get your thoughts. I was very critical on this show, Spade, and people killed your boy and was like, oh my gosh, Otto Porter was shooting 50% from three. And I'm like, man, I think they done paid. First of all, shout out to the Nets for effing up people caps for 3 years in running. They've been effing up caps. They've been signing folks to max deals, getting people to match, and effing up salary caps for 3 years, Spade. Shout out to the Nets. But one thing I want to say, Spade, is that I've been very critical about Otto Porter, and people came at me and was like, nah, Otto Porter shooting 50% from the field. I said, I think you can get everything you get from Otto Porter, if not more, from Kelly Oubre. And people was like, nah, I don't think he shoot like Otto Porter. We don't know, because Otto Porter didn't shoot like Otto Porter when he was first in the league. He didn't shoot like that. So, getting those open corner threes because of John Wall and Bradley Beal, because they demand so much of the attention, I think he got Otto Porter feeling himself, Spade, and now he want to score a little more. I think he done got used to scoring, and I think that's causing some issues with the Wizards, Spade. What is the problem in Washington? The season just started. They're imploding already.
Yeah, man. It's a little bit of what you said, but more importantly, man, it's the fact that this team isn't winning games, man. This team only has one win. They got that win against a tough Portland Trailblazer team. Remember that, because we doing top point guards later. Let it be known that they did get a dub over your boy Dame Lillard. But anyway, here's the thing, man. Otto Porter, yeah, he got a max contract that he signed in 2017. He's making $26 million per. Or he's making $26 million this year. I think it goes up next year, but this year he's making $26 million. All right. I think in the year that he was really getting that bread, he was shooting in the 40 percentile. I think this year he's shooting below 30%. Matter of fact, I don't think I'm looking at it. He was making 43% in the previous 2 seasons. He's shooting 24% from the field this year. But maybe, and just trying to play devil's advocate, maybe Otto's a rhythm player. Maybe he needs shots to get going, and he's not getting shots. So in the game that they recently lost where all this stuff came out, Otto Porter, who got the start in that game and played 22 minutes, only was 2 of 6 shooting. So you're playing the whole game. He's only getting 6 shots.
Spade, can you see his plus minus? Can you see his plus minus?
I don't see it here. I don't see it here. Statman probably got it for you, though.
I'll look.
I got you.
You're only taking 6 shots. You're only making 2. And you're losing. I think if he gets 6 shots and 5 of them fall and they win that game, I don't know that he's upset. But I'm going to tell you a tough thing about losing. When you lose and feel like maybe we wouldn't have lost if I could have got more opportunities, it's tough to deal with. It is. And I'm not trying to cape for Otto, but I know me. I know even in the video game world, when we lose a game and I only got a small amount of touches, I feel like if I'd have got the ball more, maybe I could have changed. Maybe I could have helped, you know? I find it strange that he was called out like he was called out. John Wall called him out without saying his name. Bradley Beal called him out without saying his name. However, Scott Brooks called him out by saying his name. Scott Brooks said, Otto Porter Jr. can't worry about the volume of shots that he's getting. He just came out and said that. So that let it be known that, that's who Beal and Wall was talking about. This isn't good. This isn't good for locker room.
Spade, let me jump in.
This isn't good. Go ahead.
Let me jump in. D, you got it. You got his plus minus?
-0.4.
That was last night, right?
That's all. That's the whole year so far right now.
Okay, can you look up last night? Spade, I hear you because I know video game you too, and I know you. I know you be like, yo, I feel like if I got the ball more, I feel like we can win, and that's fine. But you want to know what else I know about video game you?
I like that.
Not only that, but if you're not getting shots on one end, I know you lock in defensively on the other end. What about the other end? I don't get him some easy looks if he plays some defense. Maybe, play some defense, cause a little bit of havoc on that end, leak out, get some easy shots, see the ball going to hoop. Next thing you know, you're getting wide open jump shots because Bradley Beal and Wall going to demand a double team. However you're going to be over there in that corner. However they do it, you're going to be over there in that corner open. However it's done. How about the other end? Because if I'm not mistaken, I think Bielisa cooked Otto Porter last night. That's why I want his plus minus from the game last night. Because he cooked Otto Porter last night. I was watching some of that game, and Otto Porter, I know somebody in the comment section going to say, well, Bielisa played power forward or small forward. They had Otto Porter on Bielisa last night during that game. And Bielisa was cooking that guy. I know somebody in there like, who the hell is Bielisa? Yeah, look him up. He cooked Otto Porter last night.
So look, while D is looking that up, I got Otto's last 7 games pulled up, and I'm going to tell you, that frustration probably just boiled over. On the 18th, they played Miami. He played 34 minutes. He only had 9 points, but he had 11 rebounds, 3 steals, and 3 blocks. That's what you want to get from Otto. On the 20th, they played Toronto. Played 25 minutes. He had 11 points, only 1 rebound, but he had a steal and a block. Against Portland, where they got the win, listen now, I already said Portland was their only win. Peep this. Against Portland, Otto played 44 minutes. Had 16 points, 10 boards, 2 steals, and 1 block. So you got to be thinking, on our 1 win, I played 44 minutes.
You said 15 points? I'm sorry. You said 15?
16
and
10.
16, okay.
So he had a double-double.
How many shots?
I don't see that here. Hold up. Let me pull up the...
My bad. I mean, I just want to know.
Just a quick break. It was -8. -8 last night. -8.
He was getting cooked last night.
But see, I think that was just a frustration. So, last night against the Sacramento Kings, that was his lowest minutes played in the last 7 games. I want to say on the season, but I know I'm looking at the last 7 games. His lowest minutes played. So, in your 1 win, you played 44. You got a double-double. In this loss, you only played 22. You only got 6 touches. Like you said, and I'm going to tell you something else is tough for basketball players. Not only is not getting shots tough, but when the person you guarding is getting shots and he cooking your ass up and you can't get the ball and go back at him, that shit frustrates you, bro. It frustrates you. He only had 3 boards. He had 2 assists.
And I get no steals and no blocks. Be honest, he ain't that guy. Everybody, and I'm not saying you're saying this, and I get it. I'm not saying you're saying this, but I don't know that offense go through Wall and then Bradley Beal. Then Bradley Beal. So he know that. So let's he can't pretend like he don't know that. He know that.
You're right. But, bro, in the 1 win, they got to I
can't explain the minutes because I don't know who the hell Washington even putting out there to take Otto Porter minutes. I don't know who he putting out there. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think Kelly Oubre, and the only reason I think I know this is because I be FanDueling playing fantasy sports, daily fantasy. I think Oubre only averaging 12 to 13 minutes a game. So I don't know who the hell they running out there. I don't know.
Now, let me also say this, why I'm keeping it a stack. In that win against Portland, I don't want you to think he was efficient Otto. See, back when LePere said, yo, I think you can get what you get from Otto, you can get that from Oubre. And boy, let me tell you, Wizards fans was like, no the hell you can't. Otto shoot so good from 3, and Kelly Oubre can't really shoot 3, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so in that game, hold up. Let me let y'all know. Yeah, he had 16 points on 16 attempts. He was 6 of 16, 0 for 4 from beyond the arc, and he got 4 of those points at the charity stripe. Yep. Yes, sir. 6 of 16, 0 for 4 from beyond the arc. So if you getting 6 of 16, 0 for 4, do we really think Oubre can't do that? Because I think Oubre can do that. He going to want to rock that Supreme sleeve,
and he be cheaper. And he could be cheaper.
And he's cheaper.
And it's more money
to go crying about touches. And he don't care about
the Wizards. Facts. In defense of the Wizards, let me say this. Dwight Howard hasn't played yet. He's dealing with some injuries. So maybe when they get Dwight back, that'll improve them defensively. Because, when Otto Porter or whoever don't want to defend, Dwight is there to, pick up block shots and stuff like that from the weak side or whatever.
And Mahimi was hurt too.
Mahimi was hurt as well. That's correct. But I'm just saying, I felt when they matched that money from the Nets, I felt that everything Otto can give you, Oubre can give you. And a lot of people don't like Oubre because he like a little fiery guy. Oubre a fight. Like Oubre always balling his fists up, squaring up. I like that about Oubre. He a fiery guy. He bringing some energy. I felt like you could have got everything you get from Otto Porter from Kelly Oubre. Cheaper, And better effort. Now they complaining about Otto Porter effort. Stuff that I said when they matched the deal 2 years ago. Or was it last year? Was it last year or 2 years ago? I don't remember.
I think it was 2.
Wizards fans, hit the comments. Is it any Wizards fan? Hey, people.
Oh yeah.
Is it any Wizards fan, bro?
Yeah, they love the Wiz. Yeah.
I mean, I know they was on your boy when I was like, they was like, nah. Oubre, nah. I'm like, okay. Oh, we gonna see. Now look. Now you stuck with him. GG's.
Can I say something else? I keep going back in. Also, in that game, in defense of what we saying, look, because y'all probably typing already, so before you hit enter, you might want to back that out. Because in that loss to Sacramento, let me tell you what you got. Kelly Oubre played more minutes. He played 29 minutes off the bench, was 8 of 15 from the field, was 5 of 8 from beyond the arc, 1 of 1 from the stripe, had 9 boards, 2 dimes, a steal, and a block. 22 points in 29 minutes off the bench, and his 5 threes led the team. And I think he shot the best percentage, other than Jeff Green, who was 1 or 2. I ain't counting.
Spade, what Charles Barkley say about rebounds?
Hey, it ain't got nothing to do with your height or your size. It's who want it more. It ain't
right,
nothing
man.
desire.
Otto Porter with 1 rebound? One rebound? Man. Come on, man.
Yeah. Kelly, hey, we trying to get you that bag, Kelly.
I can see if Dwight was there. Mobbing all the rebounds. I mean, Heaney was there getting all the boards. Come on, man. One rebound
also want to call out Wall.
Unacceptable.
I'm a Wall fan, Wall. I got to be honest with you, bro. 9 of 20, 1 of 6 from 3. Why you pulling so many threes, John? That ain't you. That ain't your game, bro. That ain't you. Get your ass inside that arc. Attack that basket.
Shot in the dark, man. We'll just make the playoffs. Shot in the dark.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
It's a lot of time
Yes.
left. They figure it out.
Yes.
Like we said, they played
I think
without
they still
Dwight.
get in.
They played, yeah. They'll be all right.
I think they still get
It's
it.
the East. It's the East.
We can move on if you want, bro.
Oh, Lord. It's that time, bro.
Bum, bum, bum.
It's that time. NBA Top 5s is some of the best stuff you can find here on this podcast, and it's where we give you our top 5s at each position going into a season. Now, the NBA season has started. We're a little bit behind. Your boy was moving to the great state of Florida. Is that what they call it down here, D? Florida.
I don't know.
Something like that.
I'm California love.
I'm a Georgia boy. I don't know what they call it down here. But, man, we got 2 different positions we're going to give you our top 5s for, starting with shooting guard. Now, look. Let me give you my formula. Maybe this is your first time watching this podcast. You don't know what we're doing. Let me tell you, man, we take 3 different things to factor in what we give you. 1, we look at last year's stats. All right? Let's see what this guy did last year. Next, we use what we call the eye test. Sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story. I kind of hate you guys that live and die on stats. So-and-so shot 50%, so he's better than somebody who shot 48%. That don't tell the whole story. And lastly, it's a prediction method. We look at some of the talent around them. Maybe they went to a new team. Maybe they went to a new conference, a new division. Maybe we think the new coach or whatever around is going to change the way this team plays. And using these 3 metrics, we give you our top 5s. Now, we're going to start with shooting guards. But, Paris, I got to be honest with you. This was tough for me, bro. This was tougher than I thought it was going to be. This was tough. You ain't got nothing to say?
No matter of fact, I'm going to start with my honorable mention.
You ain't going to say it was tough for you, too? It was tough.
Bro, it wasn't tough because let me just start by let me just say this. It's a little tough for Spade because he put Jimmy Butler in the small forward thing. Like he put Jimmy Butler as a small forward. I got Jimmy Butler as a 2 guard. So
it should have been even tougher for you. So go.
Nah. I'm gonna start with honorable mention, Spade. Honorable mention. It's crazy because you can't have 3 honorable mentions. It's like which one of these guys is that guy? But all these guys can be honorable mentions. They didn't make my list, so let me start there. And that's Bradley Beal, Donovan Mitchell, and Devin Booker.
Wait. Did you just give us 3 honorable mentions?
I'm saying any of these guys could be honorable mentions.
And it was all 3 of them the same?
So all 3 of them could be honorable mentions. If I had to pick one of those guys, I'm probably going Spider Mitchell over Bill and Booker. And I love all 3 of these guys, but there can only be 5. So let's start.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you what. Booker potential, bro, is woo. It's
Nah,
scary.
don't big up somebody that didn't even make your list, bro. Go ahead.
He didn't make the list, but I'm just talking about his potential. It's scary. But
Hey,
at
Arizona,
5,
this man been disrespecting y'all all show. Get him, Arizona. I know y'all hot and bothered anyway.
I mean,
Hey, Spade, at 5. At 5, I'm gonna go Victor Oladipo, bro. At 5, I got Victor Oladipo. I love Vic. Vic had, you know what? Vic proved you right, Spade. He proved you right because
I'm always
I was hard on Victor Oladipo when he played with
So
Westbrook. Boy, I was like, man, Westbrook don't have no help. And I'm looking at Oladipo. I used to love Oladipo with Orlando. He went to the Thunder, and I was like, yo, what happened to Depot? What happened to Depot? And sometimes, I said it last year, that changes scenery helps. We know Victor Oladipo played basketball in Indiana for the Hoosiers. Went on back there, played for the Pacers, and had a hell of a year. And Victor Oladipo not only gets it done on the offensive side of the ball, but two-way player. Plays defense, gets steals, defends the other team's best guard. I love Victor Oladipo, and for that reason, he's number 5 on my list. Number 5, Victor Oladipo.
Okay, I like that. Let me tell you what I did. My honorable mention. Look, I admit it. This was tough for me. Matter of fact, both of these lists was tough for me because it wasn't so clear cut. It was a lot of guys that I'm looking at their situation and I'm like, this could be a big year for them. And my lists are all mumbo jumbo. These are probably going to be the most staggering lists I've ever delivered on this podcast. You're going to want to be sitting down. If you're one of them guys that listen at work and you got a stand-up job, lean up against the wall. I don't want your ass to fall over, all right? My honorable mention is a guy that's been in my top 5 the last 2 years. He has taken a lot of criticism on this podcast, not from us, but from you guys who can't believe that I got him in my top 5. I moved him out this year, not because I think he's a bad player. I just think some of these other guys are set up to have better seasons than this guy. And I'm talking about Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal is still, what he scored, 23, 24 a game last year, something like that. Definitely a bucket getter. Had to carry a lot of weight last year without John Wall, who was hurt for a pretty good part of the season, and that's why I gave him the edge over Donovan Mitchell. Y'all know I'm a Donovan Mitchell fan. I've been talking about this guy since Summer League last season. But I don't feel like Donovan Mitchell right now. I don't know if I'm taking him over Beal because I've seen Beal
Not
have
quite
to
yet.
carry.
Not yet.
Not quite yet. I've seen Beal carry more. We got to talk about why you out my top 5, Beal. Next, let me do this right here, man. The guy that I put in my number 5 spot is probably going to catch a few of you guys off guard. All right.
Uh-oh.
I've been pretty hard on this guy. I get really upset when people compare this guy to Kobe because I swear to God I don't see it. But what I do see is his potential, his up arrow, and it is going to continue this year now that they have a force in the middle by the name of DeAndre Ayton. Give me Devin Booker. For the first time this guy cracks my top 5 shooting guards list. It does not hurt that I was at an event this year and I watched Devin Booker do a 3-point shooting contest against a influencer. All they was doing was taking 5 shots. I watched this guy shoot with the wrong hand and go 4 or 5. I saw him make 4 threes with the wrong hand. That ain't got nothing to do with what he gonna do this season. But I really think having Ayton in the middle, somebody who, if need be, they can run that offense inside out, and it ain't just Devin Booker. Please get us a basket. I think he's looking for an even bigger season, and I think he averaged 25 a game last year, if I'm not mistaken. I expect bigger things from Book. Book, welcome to the top 5 club, bro. Get in, get comfortable, sit down, smoke a cigar if you want to.
I ain't mad at that.
Okay.
I'm telling you, that is scary. That potential is scary because he lights out. He lights out with shooting, bro. Lights out. Who
Now,
your
let me give you my 4. I'm really upset to make this announcement, man. There's a guy that I've had on my list every year who is notably missing from my list this year. And I'm talking about CJ McCollum. CJ's not on my list.
James Harden?
Stop it. CJ's not on my list. CJ, look, you know you my man 50 grand, bro. But it's some young guns and they on your ass like back pockets.
The 2 guard position is deep, bruh.
It's smoking. And matter of fact, I'm saying they on your ass like back pockets, but technically I think some of them have eclipsed you. Next for this one right here, we're going out to Indiana, and who LeParis had at the 5 spot. I got this guy at the 4 spot, and I'm talking about Victor Oladipo, most improved player in the league last season. And for those of you that don't know, I got a tremendous amount of respect for this guy, man, because I tell people who don't play sports, or if you haven't played sports at a high level, and I don't mean like a super high level like college or whatever. I never played at the college level myself, but a lot of people that just watch sports, you guys underestimate how important confidence and your mental is. That's huge. You can have all the physical God-given ability. If somebody get in your head, you donezo. You donezo.
See Anthony Towns. Towns.
No, see Nick Anderson. Go find Nick Anderson after the missed free throws.
Yeah.
For Depot to bounce back. Exactly. For Depot to bounce back after that Oklahoma City season and bounce back to not only still be a good player, but to be a leader of a new team, a new offense in a new city and a new state, I don't think he gets enough credit for it. LeBron James got a show, it's called A Shop or whatever. Depot was on that show and said something that resonated with me. He said, all while I was in Oklahoma City, the narrative was that Russ didn't have help. And it affected me to the point that, I don't know if y'all heard him say this, LeParis and D. This shit was crazy. He said it affected me to the point that I would be in the game, during the game, and I would make a mistake or miss a shot, and I would think during the game, man, they going to talk about this tomorrow and say Russ don't have no help. That's how bad they got in this man's head during the game. And he bounced back from that and had that season that he had. So if he can bounce back from that season, can you imagine what his confidence level going to be coming back from last season? So I got Depot in my top 5 for the first time ever. Depot, welcome to the top 5 gang. Smoke a cigar. Go, LeParis.
Yeah, I mess with Depot. Spade at number 4. I got a guy. I think he's going to have a better season, Spade. I just feel he's going to be a better season. And it's because change of scenery.
Okay.
And I feel like the coach that he have is just going to put him in a better position to be
legendary
successful.
Coach.
And I am talking about DeMar DeRozan. I feel like DeMar DeRozan is number 4 on my list. And Spade, they just played. Now we know DeRozan. They was calling him DeFrozen. They had an issue with him. They could never beat LeBron. LeBron is with the Lakers. DeRozan is with the Spurs. They just had a clash of the damn Titans the other night. And DeRozan played so damn well, man. And listen, LeBron ended up missing some free throws. That's another story right here. That's neither here nor there. But DeRozan, he played phenomenal, man. And I feel like Pop is going to put DeRozan in such a good position to be successful. In a deep West, I feel like DeRozan is still going to be an all-star, Spade. In the deep West.
Absolutely.
I feel like DeRozan's still making an all-star game.
Absolutely.
For that reason, he's number 4 on my list.
That's tough. Give me your
At number 3, I got a guy Spade had at small forward. I don't really have to say much about this guy. Y'all already know the dude is he a worker. That dude is a hustler. He a workaholic. That dude is on the court and he's giving you his all. He all 100% heart. And I'm talking about Jimmy Butler, man. He's been the lone bright spot for the Minnesota Timberwolves. I can't even get it right.
No, you got
but he's been the lone bright spot for those guys. Karl Anthony Towns looked like a shell of himself. Wiggins hurt in and out of the lineup. Still being Wiggins, shooting 6 of 20, doing what Wiggins do. But Spade, I got Jimmy Butler at number 3. If I can't have one of the top 2 guys, give me Jimmy Butler right now, bro. Give me Jimmy Butler. I wish he didn't even have such a bad history with the Bulls, because I would love to have Jimmy Butler back to pair with Levine. Good God.
Oh, Lord.
Let me mention this too before you go, Spade. I'm so glad we got Zach LaVine instead of Wiggins in that trade. I'm so glad. Let me just say that. Go ahead, Spade.
Stop it. My number 3. I don't know that this guy's ever been outside of the top 2 for me. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure he's not been outside of the top 2 for me.
The Ben Warrior.
This guy didn't get any worse.
Still a hell of a
shit,
player.
Spade. I know. No,
I
Spade.
think this
No.
guy has the best jumper on his team.
Better not be a Warrior.
No, Spade. Don't do it, Spade.
I think he's got the best jumper on his team.
Better not be a Warrior.
He's a two-way player. He can give you buckets. We've seen him erupt for crazy stuff like 37 and a quarter, stuff like that. He'll come back and strap up the best player on the other team. Hell of a player, man. Great player. Unselfish guy. He don't care that his point guard get all the shine. They went and grabbed another superstar player to taking up all the shots. He don't care about all that. Hell of a player. I would take this guy on my team any day of the week. However, his very stacked team went and added another damn all-star. So I can't help but think it is going to somewhat reduce his role. And the person who jumped him just went to play for, I think, the best coach in the game. So it's not so much as what Klay did wrong, it's other things that happened. But Klay has dropped from 2 on my list to 3. Klay, that still ain't nothing to hold your head down about, bro. You are the man until you go to China and start attempting 360 dunks and shit you know you can't do. But over here, you the man, Klay. I got you at number 3. Welcome back, bro. You know where the cigar is at. Go get you one. Number 2. This was tough, man. I put a lot of thought in this. The Paris got this guy so far back in his top 5 list, he barely in the door. He probably still in the hallway. People still saying excuse me when they walk by. I think DeMar DeRozan is a good player. He's somebody that, to me, his game is unique because in this shoot three era, this guy still really doesn't excel at shooting threes and will prefer to not even take one. If it was up to him, he wouldn't even attempt one. Like, this guy can score 30 a night and take 2 threes and make maybe one of them. Like, he really don't want the 3. And that's always been something that's been a detractor for me. I got to be honest. I haven't always given DeRozan the respect he deserved because I don't like that he can't shoot threes. But this man just went to play for Greg damn Popovich, bro. Greg Popovich can put a middle school player on his team, and he can find a way to maximize the abilities of that middle school player. So I feel like DeRozan is going to be better this year. And I think he's going to jump Klay this year. Now, look, I could end up regretting this prediction. I looked at last year's stats, all right? I looked at the eye test, but what jumped him for me was the prediction metric. And I feel like Pop finna do some things with DeMar, man. Watch. Look, let's not forget, Danny Green was on his way out the league when Pop for a little while had Danny Green looking like the best damn shooter in the league. Danny Green was on his way to the house.
That is true.
And he landed with Pop, and for about 2 years, you could not pick up a basketball video game, and Danny Green had a 3-point rate under 90. Like, everybody was like, where this guy come from? Like, we ain't heard of this guy since North Carolina. Pop finna do some things with you, DeMar. Welcome back to the top 5 club. Go get you a cigar.
At number 2, I got it right. It's Klay Thompson. Klay,
you do.
Klay sometimes, and I get it, because I love DeMar being paired with Pop. Spade. You was right about, you was talking at LaMarcus Aldridge last year and was saying the same thing. Like, he had a meeting with Pop, and he gonna make it so LaMarcus Aldridge is all world, and lo and behold, Kawhi out, and LaMarcus was all world. He was amazing.
Yep.
But you got it wrong. Klay Thompson is still Klay. He takes the backseat to KD, and he takes the backseat to Curry and KD. He does. But Klay's still going to get his numbers. And he's going to defend on that other end. And he's going to take whoever you want him to defend and going to clamp him smooth up without a problem. Klay going to still get his regular numbers, and he's going to strap up on the other end. Give me Klay Thompson at number 2, man. Klay Thompson's still that guy. Let's not forget when it be them games, and there will be them games when Steph out there. And the crazy thing is, Steph just had a monster game. We'll talk about that later. Steph just had a monster game, and you stomach those games with Steph when he's shooting 3 for 12, 3 of 11, and crap like that, because he gives you these monster games. But when Steph had those 3 for 11 games, 3 for 10 games, you know, be like, yo, I got to pick up the slack. It'd be Klay. And then next thing you know, Klay out there, he's 6 or 9 from 3. And you be like, oh, shit, look at Klay. Klay on fire. It ain't that Klay on fire. It's just Klay just takes the backseat to those guys. Klay still Klay. And that's why Klay's still number 2 on this damn list. At number 1.
Zach LaVine been having an amazing year. An amazing year. But at number one, I got James Harden. At number one, I got James Harden. And I mean, I listen, man. A lot of y'all give James Harden a hard time. I give James Harden a hard time because we had 195 shows and Spade had him strong on Performer of the Week about 172 times. But James Harden is still the number one guy. If you want a shooting guard, in my opinion, you want James Harden. You want a guy that can get to the stripe 10 times a game, 10 plus times a game. You want a guy that can shoot lights out. Again, I already know somebody gonna come in and be like, yo, he can't be number one because of playoff Harden. James Harden actually had a pretty good playoffs last year. He had a pretty good playoff last year. So you work that out. And James Harden is still number one on this list, even playoff Harden, because James Harden was going wheels in the playoffs as well. But I still think he's number one on this list. Give me James Harden any day of the week, man. Number one on my list. Top shooting guard in the league.
You got something right. Yeah. I'm worried.
Bro, Zach LaVine, James Harden, Zach LaVine on your ass.
Stop it. Yeah,
Bro,
man.
Zach LaVine been averaging 30. He on that ass.
I say this a lot, man, and people kind of get upset a little bit when I say it. I recently said this at work.
Here we go, D. D, here we go. Sit back.
But
it's going to be a long
James
one.
Harden is legitimately, like, he's a one-on-one. His game is different. You know, we've seen great shooters. We've seen slashers. It's rare that we've seen a guy that can do all the things that James Harden can do offensively, all in one package. He can be quick. His first step is deceivingly fast. He's also about 6'5", 220, 225. So we've seen him bully smaller players. I've seen him play with his back to the basket, post folks up. His handle's nice. He'll break your ankles. He's got the best step back in the game. He's got the best Euro in the game. He can shoot the three. His court vision is impeccable. He makes his teammates better. He's a complete rock star. Like, without a shadow of a doubt, James Harden is the best shooting guard in the league today, tomorrow, next week, next year, the year after that. And we really, from now on, we're going to do this. We're going to stop calling this top 5 shooting guards. We're going to start calling this shit the 2 through 5 because we already know who's number one. It's James Harden. All right?
Oh, my gosh.
From 6-man to MVP, that's my dude. That's my boy. And I'll fight about that.
Okay.
Bad. Okay, now that we off that.
And I'll fight.
Spade.
And I'll fight.
Let's go PG, Spade.
Okay.
Want me to start at 5?
Yeah. And I'll fight.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
At 5, I was struggling because it's between one. Now, last year I had Chris Paul in the top 5, and Spade killed me. He was like, "Whoa, Chris Paul!"
No, I did.
And
I
we seen Chris
respected
Paul
you for
backpack
being
James
different.
Harden in the playoffs. We seen him backpack. We seen him backpack him in the playoffs. And I actually think Chris Paul made James Harden a better player. That's crazy. Because that's what I think. I think Chris Paul helped make James Harden a better player. And that's why Chris Paul is going to remain in my list. And Damian Lillard is the honorable mention. Listen, man.
Wait. Who the honorable mention?
Damian Lillard. Yeah,
Anytime.
Damian Lillard is the honorable mention right here. And Chris Paul is my number 5. Damian Lillard is my honorable mention, Spade. You just can't get swept by the Pelicans. You can't. You can't. Trust me. You cannot. Not a game? One game? You can't get swept by the Pelicans.
Well, the Pels had the Twin Towers. They had
Let me say
AD
this,
and
because I
Boogie.
know somebody going to come in there and be like, "Oh,
Surely
but
Boogie
Drew
was there,
Holiday
right?
locked up. Drew Holiday locked up." Let me tell you something. I play a lot of fantasy, and I know they're going to be like, "Well, this ain't got nothing to do with fantasy." Yes, it do. Because with fantasy, you play players based off this these metrics that, oh, this is how you attack that team. So regardless who is on the opposite end, you be like, okay, they playing the Pelicans. You got to attack the Pelicans with the PG. And they actually turned Drew Holiday into this shutdown defender, which he was not earlier in the season. In the playoffs, I never heard so many people into the playoffs be like, oh my God, Drew Holiday is this shut down defense. I wasn't hearing that none of the season. Because all season they've been telling us, attack the Pelicans in the backcourt. And all of a sudden, they got a top defensive guard. And now I know somebody's going to be like, well, Drew Holiday made what's the name? And I think, those lists come out way after the playoffs be over. So miss me with that. But I think Chris Paul, still one of the best facilitators in the league. Doesn't shoot as much, but can shoot. Very efficient when he does shoot. Just a scrappy guy. Scrappy guy. And I think if I had to have one PG to, one complete PG to lead my team, I'm taking Chris Paul. Chris Paul, a great facilitator, great shooter. If you smaller than him, which is tough to be because Chris Paul is already small in stature, but he'll put you in the post. He'll defend KD, and clamp him up. Give me Chris Paul. He's number 5 on my list, babe.
That was the old KD, man. Let that go.
Nah, that's still
All
the
right.
new KD. That's still the new KD. The nerve of him to say somebody weak, take me out.
Bro, let KD live. Look, man, my point guard list was tough. It was also very tough.
Okay.
Honorable mention for me, this guy, look, somebody going to come for me because I got him honorable mention. It should be said that I think this guy's a tremendous talent. I think he's a savvy veteran. I think he's a leader. And I think if this guy stayed healthy last year, we would have crowned a different NBA champion. I don't think this guy can stay healthy. I think this guy can. He's a year older, and this is no shade. And you'll probably still be able to smell some of the cigar smoke. But CP3, you are my honorable mention. Stand just outside that door, please, sir. Just on the other side. Oh, you're right there. Right there. All right, at 5. Wow, man. I'm going to be honest with you. This is tough for me. I'm a fan of this guy, and I have consistently had this dude on my list, even when other people didn't see the talent that he had. But I'm trying to be extremely fair with this thing, and I'm looking at a prediction factor, and I got him further down than I've ever had this dude, man. So at number 5. Let's go to DC. I got John Wall at 5. Now, look, I think that John Wall is a good player. I think John Wall makes his teammates better, and I think John Wall is a leader. I cannot deny the fact that the Wizards have some issues in their locker room, and I think that's going to impact these guys negatively. They also have added Dwight Howard, who is coming off of not one, but 2 really good seasons. Played a good season in Atlanta, played a good season last year as well in Charlotte. However, every time Dwight Howard leaves the place, they don't have nice things to say about him. I don't know why. Dwight Howard is not a good locker room guy. And if you're going to look at the reputation that he left at some of the other teams, he typically leaves with no friends in that locker room. You take a locker room that's already got some issues and you sprinkle in some Dwight Howard, I don't know how that's going to go. And I suspect that it'll equal wins on the court. I don't think it'll always work well. I think it'll be times that it'll be spats. Wall is a vocal guy. He know how to do some really cool things with his fingers, after baskets or whatever. So I don't know how that's going to go. Wall, I got you at 5 this year, bro. You still in here, though. You know where the cigar's at. Go get you one. I think John Wall is better than this guy that I got it for. I've said it before. People get upset when I say it, and I still believe it. However, this year, I think this guy I got it for is destined for a better year than John Wall. And for the first time ever on my list, I got Damian Lillard as my number 4 point guard going into this season, man. I'm going to tell you something about Dame that I like. If Dame gets an extra sense of motivation from somewhere, we've seen him become that guy that you would love to have. If you haven't seen it, find on your TV guide, if they still got them things, whenever Portland plays Golden State. You're going to see a motivated Dame Lillard, and he's going to impress you. The other night, he had a big game where he said, they were like, what got into you? And I would love to hear him say, nothing. I just came out ready to play. He said, well, they had this guy that just kept barking to me, and he just kept talking trash. And I said, you're going to get these guys in trouble. And I had this great game. That's not a problem. But I feel like Dame needs something else to kick him to that next level. When he kicks to that next level, the dude is phenomenal. I want Dame to get CJ to slap you. Get somebody in the locker room to punch you in the stomach. Do whatever you got to do. Try to find that dog every night, bruh, and you will probably be top of this list one day. But for the first time ever, you have jumped my boy John Wall, and that was tough for me to do. I got Dame number 4, bro.
Okay.
That hurt.
At number 4, bruh. At number 4. And it's a guy you mentioned already. At number 4, I got John Wall. It's just,
okay.
I mean, it's not because of what John Wall is. I know John Wall gonna be John Wall. He's gonna be amazing. He's gonna be amazing. But it's just something with the Wizards, man. And I think John Wall, the reason he's number 4, Spade, is because I still think John Wall gonna backpack these guys. Barring any injury or something catastrophic like that, I think John Wall still want to backpack these guys. I think these guys will be a playoff team. And the crazy thing is, Bradley Beal, right now as we speak, has a little lingering issue, a little lingering injury, and these past couple of nights, we didn't know if Bradley Beal was going to play. And they did end up playing, but they lost. But we don't know if Bradley Beal going to be there. But one thing, John Wall, barring any injury, is still going to backpack these guys to the playoffs. He's going to be right there. He's going to be right there. So, number 4, I got John Wall on my list. At number 3, I got a guy, Spade, you probably going to ask yourself, probably want to say to yourself, I think the other guy's better than this guy. But let me tell you, I think this guy is going to be, they got so many pieces over there, bro, that I think this guy I think some of the pressure is off him. I think he's going to play loose. I think he's going to be able to, not worry so much about carrying the load like it was last year when they had all these injuries. And I'm talking about Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving, I feel like adding Gordon, they got so many weapons. You got to ask yourself, is this Tatum team? I feel like Tatum, I spoke about Tatum when we was talking about small forwards. I think Tatum is kind of up there as, if not the number 1 option, the 1B. I still think Kyrie is that guy. Gordon Hayward, we know he's still recovering from injury, so they got him on a little minute thing. But I feel like Kyrie playing loose. I feel like some of the pressure's off him. He realized he got one of the good teams, and he know he don't got to deal with LeBron. So I think Kyrie Irving is in for a big year, and I'm talking, when I say big year, Spade, peep this. I'm talking MVP-ish. I know people were saying, yes, Spade. I know people were saying, I see Kyrie winning MVP last year. Nah, I can see Kyrie being MVP-ish. Maybe not winning that hoe. Maybe not winning that hoe, but MVP-ish this year. Kyrie Irving, number 3 on my list.
Wow, I like it. I like it so much that shit, I'm going to copy your paper. I got Kyrie number 3. And for some of the reasons you said, I don't know that I see Kyrie having an MVP season, MVP caliber season. MVP-ish. Whatever you want to put. I don't know that I see that. Let me tell you what I see. I just got through talking about Dame and finding a reason to have that dog in you. Imagine me and Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying? Once upon a time, you made the shot heard around the world. You had some people questioning whether or not LeBron needed you, whether or not you was the guy to come to Boston and get hurt and have folks saying, I don't know if we need Kyrie. We got Scary Terry. We got Tatum. Right. You got to be Kyrie saying, Scary, who? Oh, okay, I'm going to show you a damn Scary Terry. I think, because we was hearing like Kyrie might be out. I think Kyrie wanted to dip. I think Kyrie said, wait a damn minute. These fools up in Boston got me all the way jacked up. I got to show these guys who is, in the words of T.I. I got to show them what my name is. And I think Kyrie finna come back this year and cook. I think he's going to cook. I still think in terms of scoring, one-on-one, don't nobody want to guard Kyrie. I don't care what nobody say. Don't nobody want to stand on the other end of Kyrie doing all that fancy dribbling. Ain't nobody got time for that. Kyrie proved to us, the big knock on Kyrie was that he wasn't a good defensive player. He proved to us that first year in Boston that, hey, I can actually play a little bit of defense too. Now, I don't know if we want to give that credit to Brad Stevens. I don't know if we want to give it to the other players around, but at some point, he bought into that defensive theory. Maybe he just, like you said, maybe he just wanted to get away from Brian, but he proved that he could play on the other end as well. Kyrie, show year, bro. Welcome back. Get you a cigar. Number 2, This guy right here, dog. The Paris, you love this dude. And this guy has become the guy that folks love to hate. He can't do no right. It's crazy because one year I had the whole world telling me why he deserved to be the most valuable player. And the next year, those same people were saying, I hate that dude, man. All he doing is chasing stats.
Facts.
Look, man, some people love him. Some people hate him. At the end of the day, I'm going to tell you what I like about Russell Westbrook. He ain't going to always have a good game. There's no star in this league that have a good game every night. It's crazy because sports fans got the shortest memory. Somebody have a good game, they go, ooh, man, he's the best. He'll have a bad game 2 days later, they'll be like, man, that dude sucks. The same guy. Like you don't remember what you was just saying. I'm going to tell you something about Russ. Good game, bad game, favorite, underdog, just a good team, bad team, home game, away game. Russ finna give you 110% in every one of those situations. It ain't no situation where he mentally check out. You don't see him looking to the sideline saying, hey, check me out. Which, hold up, bro. Let me pause my top five. Let me strong arm a topic in here. Did you two brothers see Cat ask to be subbed out the game, bro? Did y'all see this?
Bro, I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what anybody say. I have never seen the star of a team do that. He's the guy,
man.
Hey, man, KD did it against John Wall.
It's not the same.
Sub me out.
Oh, that's different. Yeah, he
said
sub me out. They weak.
Sub me out.
Cat basically said sub me out. I'm weak. He basically said sub me out. I suck. He airballed a three and looked to the sideline and said, man, I don't even want to do this.
I've never seen the star of a team, the guy, the numero uno. I never seen that guy say, take me out the game, bro.
The commentator or the announcer for that game questioned that man's heart. Yeah, anyway, back to regular schedule programming. You won't ever see Russ do that.
I wrote on Twitter, I said, they got to get Jimmy Butler out of there. Ever since Jimmy Butler came in there and 7:30, those boys with the third stringers, Cat ain't been right. They got to trade him. Tibbs, you don't see this? I'm sitting at home like, yo, they got to get Jimmy out of there because this dude ain't right. And Spade, you just was talking about all that mental stuff. Jimmy is in this guy's head.
Somebody in it, and they in there putting their feet up on the furniture.
You ain't lying, bro.
Let me tell you about Russell Westbrook. Russ won't ever do that, bro. Russ will take a elbow to the face. He'll have a dent in his cheek, and I'm telling you, man. I know y'all hate Russ. Please step away from the Russell Westbrook hate campaign. And look at this dude, man. You can see this dude's heart through his jersey, bro. And for that reason, man, I still got Russ number 2. To me, he is the number 2 point guard going into this year. That is a name for me you haven't heard, and that means yes. But before we get to that, go ahead, Paris.
You already know what's up.
I mean, we already know who it is. We got the same 1 and 2. I got Westbrook.
You got him 1, 2?
Well. I got Westbrook.
He deserved it.
I got Westbrook number 2 as well. And you know, Spade, you already know.
Wow.
Westbrook is my guy.
Why do you drop him out the number 1 spot? I need to know.
I'm about to tell you. I love Stacks, bro. I love Stacks. Stacks was on this show. We was talking about that playoff series when Paul George shot 2 for 20. And one thing I like about Westbrook is regardless how he's shooting, he look around and be like, oh, Paul George ain't here for no help. This guy here, let me do what I got to do. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Westbrook shot something crazy like 13 to 33. I know it ended up being 40% from the field. I don't remember exactly what it was. And I asked you guys on this show, is it 40% good in the NBA? Y'all the NBA guys. This isn't that good. And y'all was like, yeah. But then give me some Westbrook. I dropped Westbrook, Spade, from 1 to 2.
Why?
I dropped him from 1 to 2, Spade, because Westbrook coming back off this knee injury, bruh. And the crazy thing is,
he just got it scoped. It wasn't a big injury. He just got it scoped.
I hope you right. I hope you right. But this knee, bro, I'm seeing. I don't want to say comparison because that ain't the word. But they saying that Westbrook kind of got the same crap with his knee that Derrick Rose got, and I pray to God he don't.
Why? Derrick Rose still out there eating?
Yeah, he look. Bro, Derrick Rose right now look better in that backup role than Teague do starting. That shit is crazy.
That's fact.
Derrick Rose might need to start out there. But
that's fact.
I dropped him a little bit because I don't know how he's going to be with this injury coming back this year, Spade. And I love me some Russ. I'm a little worried about Westbrook, man. I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried about this guy. I still think, bro, you can run Russ out there with only one knee. I still think he's going to be Russ. Now, it might not be 100%, but he's going to give you all he got, whether that's 80%, 90%, whatever the percentage is, he's giving you every drop of it. But I am a little worried. I hope I'm wrong. And at number 1, oh, boy, y'all know Westbrook been number 1 on my list for the past couple of years. At number 1, I got Steph Curry, man. Steph Curry is literally the most phenomenal shooter I've ever seen in my life, bro. Like, this junk is just crazy what Steph Curry is out here doing. And crazy thing is, you look at Steph Curry first, you know, I had a conversation with somebody last night, like, Steph Curry won the first unanimous MVP. It's a reach. But I want to see, I think Steph Curry going to kind of pick up the slack a little more this year. It's been some lingering, Spade. And Steph Curry hit this. You know, he seen the post about KD brother saying, let's get this last ring and dip. I think Steph Curry might show out to be like, you really want to leave this? Like this, you want to leave this? And I think Steph Curry is in for a huge year. And I'm going to say it, he will be, barring injury or anything, he will be an MVP conversation again.
Okay. You did pretty good. That's fine and dandy. Let me go ahead and do this and get this over with, man, because I have never had Steph Curry number 1 on my list, and he's number 1 on my list. And
Bro, you hate him.
I do not hate him, and what I hate is that you keep saying stuff like that because you're gonna make people think I hate that guy. I don't hate that guy. I do, however, think Steph Curry is an asshole. Like, I think Steph Curry gets. Listen, man. Steph gets away with things that other people can't do. And that has always, like, it's bothered me. But that ain't Steph's fault. Cam Newton can get a first down and get up and point. And people go, he's such an ass. Just get back to the huddle. Steph can make a 3 and shimmy in front of the bench, the opposing bench, laugh, run down the court, giggle, and they be like, he's so adorable. And that made me kind of dislike that about him. But that's not his fault. He just having fun playing the game.
That when he falls and he starts counting 4. 1, 2, 3.
D. I hate it all. D. I hate it all. But this kid just, I can't call him a kid. He's 30. But this man just having fun just like Cam just having fun. The reason why he jumped to me is because I had to think one day. I said, I've seen a lot of basketball. And I love the sport. I've seen a lot of great talents. And rarely do you see what I like to call like generational talents. I've seen Michael Jordan, that was a generational talent. I've seen LeBron James, that's a generational talent. And I'm looking at Steph Curry, man. Steph Curry is a generational talent, man. Like, he single-handedly changed this sport. Nobody had to play defense when you cross half court. And the fact that he is a shooter with the ball handling that he has, you got to give him his props. Look, do I think he's the most complete point guard? No, I don't. And I'll be the first to admit it. I don't think he's the most complete. They have a very unique roster that allows them to do some different things. A lot of times they don't even run the offense through Steph, so they allow him to run off screens. He gets a chance to play like a 2 guard at times. He can play like a point guard at times. They do a pretty good job of hiding him on defense so that he gets a chance to conserve energy there. But if we talk about the things that he can do, he does so well that I had to stop denying this dude. So, Steph, welcome back to the top 5 room, but I want you to take the first seat, sir. And I want you to take the biggest of the cigars. And you and I would dance to the remix of the national anthem by Fergie. We would dance to that shit together, bro. Bet not yet, wet, yay, bet. Like, we'll just bounce it out, bro. I'll shimmy with you, dog. You deserve it.
Don't disrespect the Bay. Y'all better dance to some Tell Me Where They Go by E40. Ooh.
Nah, we dancing to the Fergie remix, bro. That's what we dancing to. Thug, I hope you are happy. I have given your guy the utmost. Steph, I hope you happy, Steph. And you should definitely, like, hit me up and be like, Spade, I really appreciate this. Oh, one last thing, bro. I'm pretty sure Steph Curry watches my live streams. those of you that's been around for a very, very long time know that a long time ago, I had a New York Knicks rebuilding series where I was playing with the Knicks. I was making trades and rebuilding the Knicks. And I didn't know how to say Tilakina. I still don't really know if I'm saying it right. That guy's name. Yeah, that. And the way I was saying it wrong caused some laughter. And Steph recently said this in the microphone after a game and said, I'm not sure how you say his name, is it? And I said, oh my God, Steph been watching my streams. That's probably why he got number one on my list too. Steph, I see you, bro. I see you. Just make sure you let that ad play the next time you click on my video, Steph. I got you.
All right, y'all.
That's our top fives, man.
Get top 5 shooting guards, top 5 PGs. In the comment section down below, you can tweet us. Let's see what you guys got, because I already know it's coming. It's coming through. Oh my gosh, how you don't have blah, blah, blah. Leave it in the comment section down below. We'll check that out. Spade, taking it to the pick'em game.
Ooh,
It was a crazy pick'em week.
Didn't I tell you them damn Cowboys was going to lose? Didn't I tell you?
Did I tell you them damn Dolphins was going to lose? Not only did the Dolphins lose last Sunday, they lost Thursday. They lost 2 games inside the week. Jesus.
Bro, come on, bro. That one
I'm just
for.
saying. Hey,
We injured.
It was crazy because we hit each other up like how both of our teams lost and we picked the opposite to win. And like it was just crazy. But Space, so we 3-3. We 3-3 again, right?
Yeah, I think I'm winning, but whatever.
You're not winning. It's 3-3. So I got a good pick'em game for us this week, Spade. Oh, and D over there is 1-1. D is 1-1 too. Got to keep his shit too. He's 1-1 right. Over there.
1-1.
He 1-1.
1-1.
So the pick'em game, I got a good one for us, y'all. Raptors versus Bucks. Both teams undefeated this early in the season. I'm a Spade.
Spade. Who at home?
The Bucks home. Bucks home. It's in Milwaukee. It don't matter to me. Give me the Raptors. Don't matter. Give me Toronto. Give me the 6.
Yo.
Oh, wait. Did you say yup for you too?
Yeah. Did you see that steal that Kawhi made?
Man.
This fool made a blind steal.
Steal.
This fool, Kawhi Leonard, fell backwards and stole the ball. Who does that? Who steals the ball without
robots, obviously.
Like,
yeah, you act like that man ain't a robot.
Hey, man. The Raptors. The
Raptors. Wait, what's the 2 teams again, sir?
The Raptors, Toronto Raptors, Milwaukee Bucks, Bucks home.
What's the country of origin?
It's in the United States.
You using it in a sentence for me? I gotta think, bro.
Bruh, pick. I don't have the over-under. I don't have the point spread. That's not out yet.
Okay.
Yeah, nah. That's easy.
Spade.
Hold on, bro. I'm thinking, bro. Because I want to go against the grain.
That's easy.
Yeah, I know, but you better be smart.
That's easy.
You know what?
Uh-oh.
Give me the Bucks. They got Ursa and Ilyasova.
Oh, my gosh.
Give me the Bucks.
Wow.
Give me the Bucks.
Wow.
Let's go, Ursa. Let's go, Illy.
So he named the Bucks in the first month. The first person he named is Ilyasova, not the Greek Freak?
No, not the Greek Freak. Ilyasova.
Bro, he named
Greek Freak gonna get his 25. We already know that.
Not Chris Middleton, not Bledsoe, not Brook Lopez.
Bro, I said what I said.
Okay.
Let's go, Illy.
Okay.
When this game happen again, bro?
Tuesday.
So technically, I got to Monday at midnight to change my mind.
Nah.
Bet. Bet. This is like early voting. I can go back and un-early vote if I want to. All right, look, man. Last segment of the day's show, man. We call this a Strong Arm Performer of the Week. You guys already know what's up. We give this award away to a male or female who raised his or her level of play to ensure that their team got the victory. And I am the fairest of the fair. I have given this thing to... look, man. If you deserve it, I give it to you. I don't care nothing about where you're from, what team you play for, how many times you won. I don't care about that. If you deserve, you deserve. You know what I'm saying? I give it to a little league player if they deserve. LeParis, you on the hot seat, bro. And on the hot
Who's your
seat,
strong
this
arm
was easy.
performer of the week?
This was
and
easy.
why?
If you guys didn't watch Thursday Night Football, a guy by the name of Deshaun Watson played against the Miami Dolphins.
Come on,
He went
bro.
16-20, didn't throw that thing a lot. He only had 239 yards, but he had 5
That's it?
TDs. So 16. He completed 16 passes, and 5 of them hoes was TDs in a 42-23 win over K-Spade the prospect, Miami Dolphins,
Bro.
with another loss for them. They lost 2 games inside the week. Shout out to the Dolphins for losing 2 games inside of the week. And shout out to Deshaun Watson for going 16 for 20, 239 and 5 TDs, kicking the Dolphins' ass. And for that, Deshaun Watson, you are my strong arm performer of the week. Deshaun Watson.
That was whack. Statman, who your strong arm performer of the week?
Hey man, I'm just gonna say this one thing, right? You got defenders. The defenders, when people ask you, how are you supposed to defend against this man? And the defenders are saying probably foul the, I'm not gonna say the word, but we're gonna foul the heck out of him. And that's probably what we should have done, but and we did, and he still made it. You gotta give it to the man. Stephen Curry, making 51 points against the Wizards. Lillard has 16 3-pointers in 31 minutes. Didn't play in the fourth quarter. Didn't need to. Hell, gotta give it to Curry when you do that. That's my strong arm performer. Yeah.
Let me tell the listeners what I got. Let me tell y'all what I see. Bubba, you're not gonna get unbiased results from either of these guys. The parents trying to pick a guy who beat the Dolphins to try to take a stab at me.
Ain't been able to give it to
And
James
Statman-
Harden because they ain't been winning.
And Statman is still trying to pretend like he back home in the Bay. But me,
That's
here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going unbiased. Listen, man, I'm gonna give you. We're going to an NBA game for my strong arm performer of the week, and the NBA was pushing 2 rookies. Anytime one of these 2 rookies out of the lotto play against each other, the NBA got a nice little campaign going, and I was like, I'm kind of interested to see how this is gonna go. I like both of these point guards. Colin Sexton, like that kid. Trae Young, like that kid. Want to see how these guys are gonna play. And Colin Sexton is going to be okay, but he wasn't okay in this game right here, man. He was 2 of 11 and 28 minutes played.
Damn, you take the time to slander him? What
This is not slander, bro. I like Colin Sexton. He from Georgia. I'm from Georgia. We basically brothers, But my strong arm performer of the week, man, I'm giving it to Trae Young. Trae Young has.
Oh, so
once
you went
again-
homer too, just like my man over here in the Bay.
I live in
Bay.
Florida.
Hey.
I'm a
Now,
Floridian.
but you want to know what?
I'm
You
Floridian.
embrace your Georgian ways more now than you were when you were in Georgia.
Way
No, I
more.
don't, bro. Rise up.
Way more. Way more.
Nah.
You embrace
rise
your
up.
Georgian ways. I don't even know if that's a word, Georgian, but we want to go with it.
In the same podcast, you just said you was a Georgian. You can't be changing it up.
Facts.
I never
Facts. He
said
was
that.
rooting for Matt Ryan the other week. I heard
I
him.
cannot. Wait. What is this? Why y'all trying to embarrass me? What is
Bro,
this? Listen,
you just said, that you ain't going to get real good strong arm performance because he's a homer and blah, blah, blah. And then now you going to the A? You going to
listen.
the A?
Back
if
home.
I was trying to be a homer, I would talk about the fact that the Yellow Jackets beat. Wait,
You
they
are
beat
talking
the
about it right
Virginia
now.
Tech
Why are you mentioning it then?
Listen, I
Changing
would
it
talk
up.
about how the
Change
Yellow
it up.
Jackets
Change
beat
it
the
up.
Hokies without completing a pass.
Change
They beat
it
the
up.
Hokies without
Bro, I
completing a
told
pass.
you, it's tough
but
to
I'm not
stop
gonna
that
do that.
option, bro.
Because that will
Come
make me
on.
a homer. So instead, I'm going to talk about Trae Young.
You still
who played
mentioned it.
38 minutes and
Go
scored
ahead.
35 points. People gave Trae Young a lot of hell. He came into the summer league. He didn't have very many good games. He had some pretty bad shooting performances, and people attacked this kid. And he was mentally strong. He blocked all that out. And he said, I am somebody. And he came out here and put that on display against the Cleveland Cavaliers. But the Cavs suck. The Cavs,
Man.
you guys are bad.
LeBron took them to the
Only
finals.
lost one guy. Only lost one person.
LeBron took them to the finals.
Bro, all 5 of their starters was in double digits, and they had a guy off the bench in double digits. So, they were scoring. They just couldn't stop Trae Young, man, because Trae Young is my strong arm performer of the week. I see you, Trae.
LeBron
Hey, man,
took those
shut-
guys to the finals.
Shout out to those. Shout out to J.R. Smith and Tyronn Lue making it to the Laker game the other day. They was trying to
Why
get,
the
they was
hell?
Yo,
trying to get your boy
I want
back.
to say this.
let me just mention this real quick, bro. People, I've been tripping about the scoring in the NBA. I've been tripping. And everybody's like, it ain't a big deal, blah, blah, blah. The Spurs score like 147 points. The Spurs, they usually around 89 points a game. They scored 140-some points the other night.
That's the road.
The scoring is weird to me. A lot of people giving me a bunch of excuses, a bunch of reasons. Let me not say excuses, but a bunch of reasons, saying it's because of the freedom of movement, foul calling that they calling now, and then the shot clock on offensive rebound going down to 14. They saying that people getting up more possessions and things
true,
like that.
People are telling you the
It
truth.
just feel weird to me when I'm looking at box scores, Spade, and teams are dropping 150 points. My quick question to both of you: do you guys think this will last? Like, this is how it's going to be the entire season? Teams dropping 130, 40, 50 points a night?
To the playoffs.
Absolutely.
I do. To the playoffs, I do.
I think playoffs too. Absolutely. Matter of fact, I'm gonna step out on a limb and say I would not be surprised. Nah, bump that. I'm finna give you a real hot take. Somebody in the league gonna score 80 this season.
Wow.
Ooh.
Somebody's gonna score 80 this season,
Hey,
bro.
you know who was
Jesus
close to
Christ,
that, right?
bro.
You know who was close to that, though, right?
D, mute your
It
mic,
won't
D.
happen. It won't happen.
Mute your mic. Mute your mic, D. Nobody want to hear
I
that.
just
They
want
gotta
to
win, too. They can score 80,
If
but
you
they
stuck
gotta win,
around to
too.
the end of this podcast, which I know you guys did because you guys love this show, how you guys feel about the scoring? Leave it in the comment section down below. Tweet us, let us know.
Yup.
Spade, before I close the show, you got anything else to add?
No, nothing at all, bro. Nothing at all.
D, you got anything else?
Hey, man, that's it. Kaput.
Listen, man. We want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Strong Arm Sports. We cannot thank you guys enough for your continued support. As usual, if you new here, bang the subscribe button and take 2 seconds. You're a regular, hit the like button. There's also a little bell up there. You can click that bell and it sends a notification to your mobile device to let you know that a new episode has been uploaded to YouTube. If you don't want to see 3 guys arguing in a box, it's okay. We got audio podcasts everywhere. SoundCloud, UPodOmatic, iTunes, Spotify. You guys have been showing tremendous love on various platforms. We cannot thank you guys enough. We'll see you guys next episode. We out. Peace.